my shorts.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dave Lee Down Under podcast. I'm, of course, your host, Dave Lee, and this is episode number 44. 44 eps.
I don't know what the bingo number is. I don't know what the bingo call is for 44.
No idea. Hey, the podcast goes out every single Monday.
Does it?
Yeah.
Shit.
All the podcast platforms, big and small, it's on there. That includes Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Amazon Music, and Audible. The visual element is also available on YouTube. You can get that on the Monday, or if you're a patron supporter, you can get that with 2-day early access on the Saturday. So you can head over to patreon.com/Dave Lee Down Under if you'd like that early access for as little as $1 a month.
Cheap.
$1, $10, $5, $20, whatever you want to give. Go over there and just bloody do it, man. Or gal. You can find other videos now on a separate channel, the Dave Lee Down Under podcast channel, so you can head over there and check them out. If you're on there and you're watching, thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button. Get all the views up. We're nearly there to getting that channel monetized, which will be beautiful. You can, of course, find me on my usual, the regular YouTube channel, which is just the Dave Lee Down Under channel. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and Letterboxd. There's the links down the bottom of every single pod.
Down the bottom?
Yeah.
Where?
Down the bottom of the pod.
Down here somewhere.
Yeah, in the bottom.
Oh.
Well, if you're listening, just get on your app.
Oh, no, if you're watching, it's down here.
If you're watching, it's down there. If you're listening, it's in the app. Whatever app you're using, it's right there. If you want to write in the show, you can send an email to daveleepod@gmail.com. And if you're listening on the podcast platforms, please leave a review and a rating. It really helps.
Only good ones.
Hey, we forgot to clink the glasses today.
Oh, hang on.
We gotta get a sound. Ready?
There we go.
Clink. Well, it was pretty awful, but there you go.
Pretty shit out.
Hey, we really beat the music this week by about a minute.
Droopy drawers.
What?
Droopy drawers.
What the hell is that?
44. In bingo.
Oh,
So when they call it out, they go, Droopy drawers, 44.
don't even. That's stupid.
Well, that's what it is.
Droopy drawers. What's that even meant to mean?
Oh, it just says rhythm that refers to sagging trousers.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you should say some of the others though.
Yeah, I bet.
88.
Two fat ladies.
Two fat ladies.
Can you say that anymore? Is that
You're not calling anybody a fat
non-PC
lady, you're
these
just saying-
days?
You're just saying two fat ladies, 88.
Yeah, true. Good on them. We got 12 seconds left of the
Up
tune.
to tricks, 66.
Yeah. Should I just let the tune play out? Well, we got 5 seconds left now. You ready?
Oh,
There you go.
missed it.
You did miss it.
Yep, the rhythm's out.
Hey, you can if you're listening, if you're watching, you know what's going on. If you're just listening, you're probably thinking, "Oh no, the sound's a bit muffled
That
again.
muffled sound.
What's
again.
going on?" Don't worry, it's not your ears. We're just wearing masks again. 'Cause
Yep.
we're back in lockdown in
Again.
Melbourne.
1 week on, 1 week off.
Congratulations, Melbourne. Well
Yep.
done.
It was more like 3 weeks on, 1 week off.
Well, what was that?
That is a
Well,
bit.
that's pretty apt.
Yeah, exactly right.
Press the wrong button. Oh, Lord.
Ah, well.
So we're back in lockdown again. You get the mask off because it's...
Fogging up my glasses.
Get that out of here. Hang on. I know, and it's just... I'm out of breath already. Doing that intro with the mask on is... disaster. Alrighty. So, have I got these on around the right way?
I don't know.
so.
I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
no.
Didn't think you
Do I
did.
do? Yeah, I do. That's a bit better. I don't know, whatever. So, yeah, we are back down here. We're in
You got them on wrong now.
I do have them on wrong. That's what I
Yeah.
said. You told me to turn around when I put them on, and I
There you
I
go, that's
did.
better.
There we go. Anyway, so we're back. 2 weeks ago, if you've been listening, of course, we went into lockdown here in Melbourne. There's a whole big thing. No, it was a few weeks back, actually, because it because it got extended, didn't it, by another week?
Yeah, that's right.
And then last week, we're back out of lockdown again. And then last night, yesterday afternoon, probably around 3 or 4 o'clock, it was like, we go snap lockdown from tonight, 8 p.m. Because we had a few days where there was like none or just a few cases in Melbourne. Meanwhile,
a couple of days ago there was none.
That's what I mean. Yeah. None or a few cases. Yesterday morning there were a few, and then by the afternoon there were more. They were like, no, we have to lock down straight away and get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in lockdown number 6 in Melbourne. They're saying a week, but as the history has told us, more than likely it's going to be at least 2.
Well, there was only 4 today, I think. 4 cases today.
Yeah, something like that.
And they were all in isolation and related.
Well, I don't know if they said isolation, but they said they're linked. That's all I've heard is that they're linked.
I thought they were already in isolation.
I don't think so. That's why they've locked us down. Because yesterday afternoon, all these new cases started to emerge and none of them were in lockdown.
Yeah, there were mystery cases involved with those. That's the reason.
Which is great. So apparently the health team was like, no, you need to lock down right now or else we're going to be in the shit for a lot longer. But at this point, I think it's more or less just them just trying to make a point to Sydney because they've been ragging on.
I don't know. They've got to stand.
Yeah, but that's what I mean is this is the quickest they've gone. Nah, fuck, bang.
Yep.
Where in the past they would wait a little bit, but because the big thing about Sydney now is it's exploded over there. It's like nearly 300 cases a day over there at the moment.
Yeah,
250-ish.
What was today?
Don't know. Didn't see today's numbers. But the big thing's always been, Sydney didn't lock down quick enough. See, we've been telling you this whole time, you got to lock down straight away. And now I think they've gone, oh, fuck, we better do it.
Yeah,
or else we'll get into shit with them. Oh, you were telling us we should have locked down quick and you didn't.
Yeah, the problem is some of those cases came into Melbourne on a plane from Sydney.
I don't get how that's even happening. It's supposed to be some super locked borders. There's always a way. It's maddening. Like I said last time, it was like the 5th one was just like, it's enough now. I've had enough. And this one is just like, far out. So over it. Fucking hell. Of course, there's a massive protest in the city last night. Thousands of people.
Yeah, fucking more. It's those morons that'll keep us in bloody lockdown a lot longer.
I know. It's a disaster, man.
291.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
6 deaths or something? Was there 6 deaths or 4 deaths or something yesterday? It's like the deadliest day of since the beginning of the pandemic.
Didn't hear that.
Yeah. It was on the news when we were having lunch, and I was like, oh, my God. And you were like, you didn't react, so I knew you weren't paying
I was
attention.
working, so...
Let's have a look. No, today. Today, as in Friday. We record on the Friday. Obviously, this goes out on the Monday. I'm sure it was a few deaths, and it was the deadliest day of the pandemic anyway.
171 of those cases are still under investigation.
In Sydney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
From yesterday.
Deadliest day, pandemic. I don't know. I can't remember the exact stats, but there was quite a few deaths. And unfortunately, they were saying, deadliest day of the pandemic.
Compared to some countries.
Well, as in Australia.
Yeah, exactly right.
But they were saying yesterday, what was it, 10,000? They figured once they got through everything, there was going to be like 10,000 primary close contacts. Fucking hell. So they were like, bang! So anyway, we have had another screening cancelled as a result of this. We
got one in though.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yep.
But this week we're going to see Free Guy on Tuesday night.
Bugger.
The new one with Ryan Reynolds.
I was looking forward to that.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, me too.
Sounds like some sort of disease up the back passage or something.
Ryan Reynolds. We're going to see that on Tuesday night. And unfortunately, it's been cancelled. I don't know if I'm going to get a screen or anything. I've put out the feelers.
Put a request out
to Team Disney, and we'll just wait to hear back, and hopefully we'll get.
They're pretty good with that stuff.
They usually are. So hopefully we'll get one, and I can
just keep an eye on your screening wrap this time.
Oh yeah, and like last time when the Jungle Cruise must have been on there like at least 3 or 4 days, and I saw it the night before. Lucky, so I will be checking constantly. But of course, we did get to our Jungle Cruise screening.
Yes.
And we got to the Suicide Squad during the week.
Yeah.
which was great. So
was good.
thank God we got to see both of them on the big screen at
was
least. We'll talk about Suicide Squad a little bit after later in the show. It's a big show today. There's heaps of shit to talk about, so we're going to try and get through it straight away. But before we do, I do want to, we speak about Jungle Cruise, I want to give a quick update. Now, if you've been following us over the last few weeks, there's been a big, obviously, we went into, but before lockdown, they announced the Jungle Cruise screening, and they had I tell you what, we'll play a little package of clips from the past couple of weeks and get you up to date on the Jungle Cruise situation where I had to buy a shirt. And anyway, have a listen to this. But then the following week is the one that I've been waiting for fucking 3 years.
Yep.
Jungle Cruise.
God, I hope they don't.
Jungle
Cruise. Hope they don't shut that one down.
If you've been listening, you know how much I'm looking forward to fucking Jungle Cruise and have been for 3 years. And god damn it, it'll be my luck if they're like, no, you're still in lockdown. We have to cancel Jungle Cruise. I'll be pissed off.
And you even bought a special shirt and everything.
I got a special shirt. Because they're doing the special event screening thing, and it's like a jungle chic theme. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a $10 jungle shirt from Cotton On. So I got that, but I chose store pickup as well.
Oh, that's right.
So even if we do open, who knows, it might not wind up at the store. Or the Jungle Cruise event, which is the one I was like, please don't cancel Jungle Cruise on me. Of course, I did have to postpone the event to this Thursday. We'll see if we even get to it anyway. Exactly. Who knows? We might be.
And of course, you bought a shirt and everything for the event.
We said that last week. Yeah, I bought my jungle shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to get the text to say, come and pick it up. I have to pick it up, and hopefully I can wear it to the event on Thursday. And now I need to get my shirt from Cotton On. So I'm trying to ring him, and I got through to him yesterday morning, the morning of the screening. I was like, do you have my order? And they're like, no, sorry. I got a text message about half an hour before we came on to record today. Hi, Dave, your order's in.
It's only a day late.
I know. I thought, no, bad timing. Such bad timing.
That's funny.
So I didn't get my jungle shirt.
Like it wasn't a $70 shirt.
I know. All right, so there you go. They announced it. There's the dress code. I had to get a shirt, and then I wasn't. And anyway, I got the shirt after the screening in the end. And I'm going to reveal it. So if you're listening out there, you don't get the full experience, so head over to YouTube and check out the video. But I'll do my best to do an auditory description. But for those out there watching, you get the full experience. We're going to reveal the Jungle Cruise shirt that I got from Cotton On. I'll play some music while we get this going. Oh, sorry. Hit you there. I'm going to reveal the Jungle Cruise shirt. You ready? Here we go. Dave Lee unzips his jacket and opens it up to reveal the Jungle shirt that was ordered online as part of the Jungle Cruise premiere screening. It is right there. It's a Hawaiian shirt. It's a horrible fucking shirt. It's orange, it's green, it's yellow, it's got flowers on it. It's got black and white bits on it. It's got this horrible, little picture there. And it's terrible. It's awful. There you go. There's your little auditory description. Now, cut it out. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. This is not the shirt I ordered.
Yep.
This is not what I ordered. This arrived. I went and I picked it up in store. And the lady behind the counter, lovely lady, was like, can I open up your order and I'll just show you what you got? Just make sure, because I got that. I got a hat. I got some other junk as well. And I looked at it and it was just something that I was like, I don't think I was thinking it looks a bit different. But I had looked at numerous Hawaiian shirts and stuff online, and I had looked at like a brown one, a yellow one. And I thought, well, maybe it's it. Maybe that's the one I ended up buying. Couldn't remember. I was like, yeah, that's it. And I got it home. I was like, hang on, this isn't it. This isn't the shirt. I opened it up. I put a picture up on the screen for those watching. I'll have it on Instagram as well for those who are listening if you just want to check that out. Or head over to YouTube and check the video out to see the one I ordered. Now, I don't think
which is much better than that
it's
one.
much better. It was a nice blue one. It's a nice blue one with some flat. It was still like a horrible Hawaiian shirt,
No,
but it was
yeah.
nice. It was like a blue one. It had like these Hawaiian ladies on it and like leaves and so. Look, it's a nice shirt. Like it would have been a nice shirt.
Yeah.
I probably would have worn it in summertime or something. So that's what I ordered. But the funny thing is, at first I thought maybe they've just sent the wrong Hawaiian shirt. But the weird thing is the tag, which is still on here, by the way, because I don't know what I'm going to do with this. The tag has the right barcode.
Yep, and description.
And description, title, everything is exactly the same as the website. I thought, fuck, maybe they put the wrong tag on the shirt.
Yeah.
So I looked at the bag that it came in. They sent it in like a little bag which had a barcode sticker on it as well. Same thing, right barcode, right name. So I think what's happened is maybe the website has the wrong picture up.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Or some of their items, there's like 4 or 5, which is like it might be the exact same shirt, but it has a different pattern on it.
Yeah.
And you can go to the shirt and then you can select which
colorway.
which style or which colorway you want. So it's possible that they were both a separate colorway of the same item.
Yeah.
So the colorway, the color or the style variant of this that's on is correct on the label, on the logo, on the website. So I probably have ordered this, but there was no picture of this on the website. It was just the blue one.
The blue one.
So I'm guessing that it's just like they've got the wrong picture up there, or they forgot to change it or something. So
Might have
anyway,
been last year's model.
maybe, yeah. Who knows? I don't know what's happened. But anyway, everything was like lined up that this is the right, I've ordered the right, this is the right thing that I've ordered. It's the picture on the website was wrong. I haven't got in touch with them.
Someone got it wrong.
I don't know what I was considering maybe go back to the store and return it, but I can't now because it's locked down. So I don't know if I'll just end up keeping it, but this is a pretty awful shirt.
Pretty horrible.
I would prefer the blue one. I did say
all your money back. One of the other.
all my money, but I did say last week I didn't really want to return it because these businesses are doing it hard at the moment during the lockdowns and shit. But whether I just get a store credit and spend
It's
on
not
something
like it's
else.
a small business you bought it from either.
That's true. That's true.
Got to remember that.
Yeah, true. Anyway, so there
If
we
it was
go.
a little 5 and dime down the corner.
Yeah, I'd be a bit
twice
So
about
I'm going to
it,
get
but-
this off because it's awful. It's actually a nice shirt though. It feels nice. This would
Yeah.
be nice in the summer, but I would prefer.
It's cotton, isn't it?
Yes, it is cotton. I think I did say the name of the store at the top.
So you have got cotton on, haven't you?
I do have cotton on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to blame them. I won't claim false advertising. Something funny happened, so we'll figure it out. We'll get it done.
Well, I think it's probably they were probably both available at some stage, and the blue one was sold out, and they
Probably.
that was the picture they had up. That picture they had up.
Yeah,
because you'll often find that they'll have the same description and price and all that sort of stuff, but the PLU number might be different.
Yeah,
or the SKU.
So obviously, whatever number they had was that shirt.
Yeah.
I think the issue is the image on the website. It just wasn't changed or was wrong or something.
Oh, I think they might have. Yeah, I think it might have just been a different colourway.
Yeah,
that wasn't available anymore.
Yeah, but they would have a different barcode. Each colourway would have a different barcode.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I reckon they were both the same description and all that sort of stuff, and you can select the colourway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying.
But that blue colourway had sold out, and they forgot to take that image down.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying. Yeah. So what the listing was probably for that shirt that I got, but the picture on it was incorrect because it was sold out. Anyway, so there we go. I don't know if that's the end of the saga. We might update you again in a few weeks' time to see what happens. But
maybe a few months' time, depends on the
well, exactly right. Oh, anyway, so there you go. You're all caught up now in the jungle shirt saga. Christ, what an ordeal this has been.
It's one thing after another.
Oh, and the funny thing is, right, because the Free Guy screening we were supposed to have next week, there was another what do you call it? Dress code, which was like your best blue shirt. That's what he wears in the movie. He's like he's got blue shirts. So I was considering going to Kmart this weekend and buying a blue shirt.
Don't have to worry about that now.
Exactly right. I actually almost did it during the week. I was like, maybe I'll just go out during the week and pick up a blue shirt. Thank the Lord I did not.
Yep.
Because I don't have a blue shirt.
I got a few.
Wouldn't mind one, but there you go. Yeah, you do. So you'd have been right.
Don't know if I'm a fat gutted fit in it or not, but anyway.
Who knows? Hey, I've got a I did promise last week I'd have a new little jingle. Yeah, little sting.
What a picture. Good picture. Yeah. That'd be so much fun.
Can you hear it again?
Yeah, do it again.
What a picture. Good picture. Yeah. That'd be so much fun.
Just to piss off the world's worst manager.
Yeah, it's
Jackson.
the sound effects and the jingles. This is our What We've Been Watching segment. Do you know who that was and the sound bite?
Do it again.
What a picture. Good picture. Yeah. That'd be so much fun.
Sounds like Mel Brooks.
No, close. Well, not really, but it is an old bloke.
Don't know.
I'll go one more time.
What a picture. Good picture. Yeah. That'd be so much fun.
I can't think of his name. No.
No? Al Pacino.
If that's what I was thinking of. I couldn't get it.
What was that? Al Pacino and Leonardo DiCaprio
Oh, DiCaprio.
from
Caprio.
from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'll go one more time.
What a picture. Good picture. Yeah. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that bit's so much fun. That's where I thought it was
Yeah.
Pacino.
There you go. So that's our new little jingle for what we've been watching this week. As far as catalog titles, like trying to get through my pile of stuff, I've had like so much shit come in from the distributors.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been going through a bunch of like older horror movies and stuff. None of them have been particularly that great, so I won't really talk about them. We watched a couple of just random ones this weekend. We watched one called What's Your Number?
Mm-hmm.
This one was like a rom-com from, what was that, like 2007?
Something like that.
Starring Chris Evans. Same year that Captain America came out, so this was probably like the last of those crappy rom-coms that he did. Because this was all his career was until Marvel. It was the exact same year as Captain America.
Jeez, you did some shit.
Oh, yeah. And Anna Faris was in it as well. It was actually quite good. I thought it was okay. It's been sitting in the collection probably
2011.
Since... What did I say?
7.
Oh, 2011. There you go.
Yeah.
Same year as Captain America anyway. Of course, because Iron Man was until 2008. So anyway, it was all right.
Ago, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh,
Yes.
I just felt like it was yesterday.
No, it's
Happens when you get old.
13 years, the MCU. Wait. Yeah, 13 years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
God.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean when we talk about all these kids that are just starting to watch the movies now. They haven't grown up with them.
Right.
And people complaining about, why was there no, like you get to the end of a series and they're like, why wouldn't you answer this question or this question? And these kids don't understand, well, I fucking waited 13 years to get a payoff from Iron Man 2.
Exactly right.
That sort of thing. So anyway, yeah, that was okay.
That wasn't bad.
It's just like typical rom-com.
Just an easy Sunday night movie to watch.
Yeah, pretty much. We watched one called Chunk.
Did we?
Yes, Liev Schreiber.
Oh, yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
I like Liev.
It was very good. It's like the story of the guy who inspired Rocky
Yeah.
Balboa.
That's right.
Very good.
Did enjoy that.
That's another one that's been sitting there for ages and we finally got to.
Mm.
Like a bit of a comedy, drama.
Bit of everything, really. Yeah.
It's a bit fun.
That was good.
Who else was in that? Naomi Watts.
Almost like a biographical or semi-biographical. Always do.
Pretty good. We watched, you watched half of this and fell asleep. French Exit.
Probably a reason for that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's one everyone has been like raving about. And I can guarantee you it's got a good score.
Has it?
Yep. Well, you're about to look it up.
I won't be raving about it.
No. It was weird, to put it lightly.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. What you got there?
Oh, it's only got a 6.
People
So
have been raving about it.
It's only just all right.
It's not great. It's not great. It starts okay, and it's like, oh, this will be interesting, and then it gets very weird. And then, like, the halfway mark, it, like, changes. You feel like, oh, shit, the movie's about to end, and you look and you're like, fuck, it's got an hour left. Like, what the hell? And then it, like, changes completely. I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't great. But
it wasn't excellent.
But if you're interested in checking it out, you can head over to randomspacemedia.com, and you can pick up the Blu-ray edition of it. There you go.
Yep.
Hey, we finally did it.
Yeah, we did.
We got to it.
Yep.
We finally watched. Well, I've been saying Midsummer this whole time. It's actually Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Yeah, we watched it finally.
What do you think?
It's fucked.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
Fucked.
Pretty fucked up.
I loved it though. You were a little bit on the other end.
Yeah, a bit on the other end.
Mm.
I thought it was just a bit self-indulgent.
I don't know. I didn't see it that way.
Yeah, I just thought, he made a film for himself and he must have been on something when he made it because it's a pretty fucked up film. I just couldn't understand how somebody could make a film like that.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't not enjoy it.
Mm.
I didn't enjoy it either.
Mm.
I just, because it's a hard film to enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know what I mean. But for me, it was just too out there.
Too weird, yeah.
Too weird for me.
I don't know. It's tough to kind of put into words this film.
But the thing why we put it off was because, the other person that lives in this house,
yeah,
we thought, she's not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And she finished up watching the whole thing.
Yeah, we put on late. She was like, I'm going to bed. I was like, all right, I'll put Midsummer on now, fine. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That'll do. And she sat and watched the whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
and then
got to one point, she's gone, oh, I'm going to go to bed now.
I've had enough now.
And then she sat on the end of the chair, then sat back in the chair and watched the rest of it.
Well, no, that was at the end. At the beginning, she was like, I'm going to bed, and I put it on. She was like, I'll see some of it.
That's what I'm saying. She got to a point where she was going to go.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes, she was like, I've had enough, because this movie, again, we won't spoil it too much, because we managed to avoid spoilers for the last, 2 years almost.
Yeah.
Somehow. But this is a movie that obviously is like a boiler pot. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder. And the last 45 minutes of the movie is just fucked. And it just is just spirals out of control. Just when you think, okay, it can't get any worse than this, it just manages to just keep outdoing itself. And that point, she was like, no, I'm going. I can't watch any more of this. I can't deal with it anymore. I was like, it's got fucking 5 minutes left. Yeah. It's not going to get worse than this. Sure enough.
Then it took another turn.
But I really loved it. I just liked the way that it builds the suspense throughout the movie. How you never know at any point what the fuck is going to happen.
Yeah, I get that, but for me, it just didn't, there wasn't that anticipation for me.
Really?
It didn't build that anticipation in me.
Mm.
When I was wondering what the hell was going to happen, but I knew something fucking weird was going to happen. But I never pictured, never thought.
Yeah, it's fucked, man.
What was going to happen happened, but anything could have happened when you watch that film. But it just didn't hit it for me.
I liked it. I don't think I could ever watch it again. Maybe, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch. I don't know.
There are parts of it I really, really loved, but I just can't understand how somebody would want to make a film like that.
Well, the last half hour anyway, particular.
Yeah,
how
that's
you
right.
come up with that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked up. It's a tough one. It's heavy. It's very heavy.
Yeah, exactly right.
But
if anyone's going to watch it, don't go in expecting a nice light film.
No.
Ooh, let me tell you.
Well, Florence Pugh, the lead girl in it, she was, I think that and Little Women came out the same year, and everyone was saying she's far more deserving of the Oscar for Midsommar, but there's no way the Academy is going to nominate a movie like that.
Oh, no.
And go figure, she got nominated for Little Women instead. Which was not the performance. Her performance was great in Little Women, but nowhere near as good as in, or as harrowing as it is in Midsommar. But of course, the Academy went for the other thing.
It's a couple of really good performances in it.
Oh yeah, they were all great. The whole cast was great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just builds and builds, and you're just like, fuck, what the hell's going to happen? And you're just more uneasy the longer the movie goes on. But then this last scene is just so fucked, but somehow you feel, at the end of it, you feel like it's almost like a release. It cathartic.
You got your payoff. Because it was such a weird film and had to have
but it's weird that it ends on such a fucking horrible note, but you feel satisfied. I don't know, that's how I found it anyway.
Okay.
And it's like a cathartic. Someone suggested to me, I spoke to someone, and they were like, well, because of what happens, it's almost like, fuck it. Block your ears if you haven't watched it. Fucking block your ears if you haven't watched a movie. If you have watched a movie, you can listen, but block your ears for like 10 seconds.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, because because what I'm going to say, I can't say without spoiling. Fucking block your ears for like 10, 15 seconds, right? Okay, I'm going to count it down here. All right, so essentially when they burn the barn at the end of the movie, someone suggested to me it all builds up to this moment right at the end, and they burn the barn, and as the barn burns, just the whole fucking film burns. So you're able to let the movie go.
Right.
As
okay.
the barn, yeah.
As it
15
happens.
seconds. As it happens, you're able to let the movie go.
Yeah.
And that's why block your ears for 5 seconds if you haven't seen the movie. And that's why she gives a big smile at the end, because she's freed herself.
Yeah.
And you as the audience have as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked it. I liked it. It's just very weird though. It's different to anything we usually would have watched.
Well, it's not a film I liked, but I didn't hate.
Mm. Well, there you go. Midsummer, check it out. Go into it easily. 3 hours.
If you game.
Didn't feel like 3 hours though. I don't know about you, but for me it didn't feel like 3 hours.
It didn't feel that long.
There's always something happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the director's cut. The theatrical cut's like 20, 30 minutes shorter, I think. As far as television goes, we finished Chernobyl.
What a good little series
Fantastic.
that is.
Really good.
Yeah.
5 eps.
How close to truth is it, I wonder?
I think it's quite close, but some of the events are out of order.
Yeah.
And some of the events, like there's a helicopter crash.
Yep.
Where they send the helicopters over the reactor like 2 or 3 days after it's exploded. Apparently it happened months after.
Right, okay.
They helicopter crashed when they were doing cleanup or something.
Right.
So they changed like the event to make it a little bit dramatic or whatever. But as far as I'm aware, most of it's pretty factually correct. There's a few things that tweaked, as they do, make it a bit more suspenseful, dramatic, whatever.
Wow, it would have been a horrible place to be.
Oh man, yeah, terrible.
It would have been an awful place to be.
Awful. So that was good. Check it out if you haven't yet. HBO.
Yeah, really, really good. I really enjoyed that.
A co-production between HBO and Sky, the UK network. So that was very good.
Yeah, worth getting on.
Yeah. This week we started, once we finished Chernobyl, we started The Undoing. It's another HBO series that stars Hugh Grant and Nicole Kidman. Still don't really know what's going on. It's like a murder mystery.
3 eps in?
3 eps in.
Yeah.
There's, I think, maybe 3 left.
No, it was 8 eps. Wasn't it?
Don't think so, because we just finished the first disc.
Oh, did we?
And there's only
there
2
you go.
discs.
Oh.
So I think there's only 6. Maybe there's 8. I don't know. But there you go. So it's pretty good. It's like a murder mystery sort of thing.
Enjoy it.
And they're both very good. Oh, yeah. Don't really know what's going on. You don't know who's done what just yet. But this is another HBO one that came out like last year. Been waiting and waiting to watch it till I get the Blu-ray, and then finally got the Blu-ray and we're finally watching it.
Yeah, 6 eps.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I thought. Other than that...
Noah Jupe's great.
Oh, yeah, he's in it too.
He's really good.
The kid.
He's got a huge future, that kid.
Yeah.
Huge.
Very good. But that's about it TV-wise, because we were just, this week was like busy.
A little bit busy.
And we ended up, by the time we sat down and watched TV almost every night this week, it was like 8, 9 o'clock.
No, yeah. 9,
so I didn't get much in.
Yeah.
But we, of course, do have to do... Mad Men update.
Good little sting, that.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Really fits the 1950s, 60s, whatever.
There you go. So I picked the tune. You recorded the little glass with the ice.
Pouring the alcohol. All that sort of stuff.
I lit up a doobie and recorded it. No, I downloaded some fucking sound effect from YouTube. No, there you go. Mad Men update. We got off to a really, really great start last week.
Yep.
5
eps
episodes.
last week.
Fucking good's that, man.
It was awesome. I was hoping to get a few in this week.
Yeah. And we got in...
One.
One.
It's been busy. We've been a busy week. But it's a great show.
And we did not watch it on Mad Men Monday either.
No, we didn't. we failed.
We failed.
We get Sam on our backs now.
Yeah, because we said from the beginning, we're going to do Mad Men Mondays. And then, it turned out to be like Mad Men Thursday this week.
Yep.
But it's good. It's not. We We didn't not watch it this week because we've had enough. It's just that we were busy. And then actually, honestly, forgot about it at the beginning of the week.
Right.
And I was
I mean, we didn't settle into watch any telly till about 9 or 10 o'clock on Monday.
That's what I was saying before.
It was a late,
every day this week.
Night, yeah.
Every day this week it's been late. And and then actually Monday night I was going to bed and I was like, oh fuck. We forgot. We failed already. Yeah. Mad Men Monday. It's gone.
2 weeks in. No. We're
still going.
Okay. We still got one in though.
We're on to the second disc of 3 from the first season, which is good. So we're making good headway.
It's, it's unlike that other fucking thing.
Deadwood, awful.
You can watch more than one ep.
Oh, yeah.
In a night.
Yeah. And I would have last night, but I was so tired.
Oh, yeah. Pretty buggered myself, to be honest.
Actually, I was going to say at the top, just in like the weekly update section, I went back on that game show this week.
Oh, God.
I think I can talk about it now because I've been advertising it. I'm on the commercial.
Oh, you're on there.
I suppose. I'm on this new Channel 9 series called The 100 with Andy Lee.
Yep.
I believe it starts airing this week as far as the commercials tell us.
Well, on telly it's saying next Tuesday night.
I was told by production team, we don't know a date yet, but they are playing ads on TV that are saying this Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm on the ad, so I guess I can talk about it.
Yep.
I won't go into specifics because I don't think they want me to. But, I've done a couple of episodes now. I've done a few, and apparently I can keep... I don't know. I think I'll be on a few episodes. I don't want to say too much.
We'll see.
Yeah.
See what happens.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah, I enjoyed... Well, it's long days.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple episodes back to back, very long.
Yeah. I mean, because I wasn't home for either recording.
No, well, because it's recorded from home, which is really good. It's all done through
it's all
Zoom.
via Zoom, yeah.
Which is fantastic. But we'll talk more about it next week. I don't know if I'll be playing any audio clips or anything because there's really not much to play as of yet.
Yeah.
But we'll talk more about it next week. But yeah, I've done
Looks
a
like
couple
an interesting concept.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've enjoyed kind of watching. It's really fascinating to see him work.
Yeah.
And Andy Lee, watching Andy work has been really, really great.
Yeah.
He's got he's so switched on.
Yeah.
And he's really running the whole ship.
Yeah.
But yes, he's great, and it's been fascinating to watch him work. I won't say any more because I might get myself in trouble, and they won't put me back on. But there you go. Yeah, I'll be on a few episodes of that, which is going to be great. And I think it's starting this week as far as the television commercials are going. So anyway, let's keep going. What are we up to now? Oh, yeah. So we're still in what we've been watching. This should have gone before we talked about TV, but we'll do it now. This is the Letterboxd update. Letterboxd Wrapped for the month of July. Really not a whole lot of updates here. Of course, at the end of every month, I like to wrap up my Letterboxd. We talk about, how I'm going for the year with my movie watching and shit. Okay, so I got in 46 movies in July.
Cool, geez, a good month.
That is the second best all year. Comparatively, the last 2 months I had 42 and 43 respectively.
Mm-hmm.
But January is still the best of the year with 59 movies. So I was just a little shy, like 13 shy of January, but that's all right. January I took time off and just bummed around for most of the month, yeah. I've watched 303 movies as of the end of July this year. Yeah.
That's about 600 hours.
I know.
Of your life you've lost.
It will tell me if I go to Letterboxd. Don't look. Letterboxd.
Probably not quite 600, but
it'll tell me.
It'll be thereabouts.
Okay, stats.
I'm going to say 538.
538, you reckon?
Yep.
All right. It is 570.
Oh.
0.7. And apparently in my life, and this doesn't include the number of movies I've watched hundreds of times over and over again. I've watched 5,823 hours of movies. Again, it's probably double that.
How many days that equates to?
Doesn't tell me that. A lot of days. So anyway, that's where we
5,000 what?
Oh jeez, 5,823. So my most watched actors of the year have not changed. Jean-Claude Van Damme, JCVD. Is still sitting at 9 films alongside Andrea Romano, who is a casting director on all those DC movies that I binged for a little while, and she obviously does little cameo bits. And then Paul Walker and a bunch of the Fast 9 cast are at 8. And The Rock, thanks to Jungle Cruise and Hercules and a few other things we watched recently, he's coming up at number 7. He could be if we watch like 2 or 3 more Rock movies this year, he could take out JCVD. So it's The Rock versus JCVD for the win this year.
Take him out.
Or is someone else could be the underdog and come from out of nowhere? Who knows? There you go. The directors remain the same as well. We've got Jay Olivia with 6, who is one of the DC directors, followed by Sam Liu, who's on 5. He's one of the DC directors. He's there with Justin Lin, who, of course, directed the Fast franchise. A few of them, anyway.
242.5 days.
There you go. What a life.
Yep. 242 days.
What a life.
You've sat there for 24 hours a day for 242 days.
Fucking what a life. Beautiful.
Oh, well.
There you go. Got to live it.
Got to find a way to get paid for it now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we saw the Suicide Squad this week as well. This is the section where we review the big movie that we've seen.
Yes.
So we'll talk about the Suicide Squad. This is the new one. You got to emphasize the in the title, because the first one was just Suicide Squad.
Right.
This one is the Suicide Squad.
Right.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yeah. Of course. James Gunn is on board as a director. Of course, directed the Guardians films for Marvel.
Yep.
And then got sacked by Disney.
Yep.
When some unsavory tweets surfaced from earlier in his career.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
So they sacked him. And then DC were like, we'll take you, thank you very much. So DC took him straight away. And then soon after DC took him, Disney was like, you know what? We'll give you a second chance. You can come back. And then rehired him for Guardians 3. So James Gunn has gone over to DC.
Couldn't imagine Guardians been done with anybody else.
Well, he wrote it, and the cast was all like, no, we're not doing another one without him.
Yeah.
So whatever went on behind the scenes, they got him back. So he's gone over to DC. He's done the Suicide Squad, and he's doing a spin-off called Peacemaker, John Cena's character, which is going to be an HBO Max.
Character.
Yeah, he's great. He's going to be an HBO Max limited series. And then once I think they've just finished shooting that, and then he's going to go straight over to Marvel and do Guardians 3. But I think he said, this is probably going to be the last one I do. Oh, actually, he's doing the Guardians Christmas special as well.
Guardians Christmas this year?
I think it's this year. Oh, is it this year or next year? It might be next year. And then the Guardians 3 is the year after, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So
that'd be interesting. A Guardians Christmas special.
It's going to be a live-action thing for Disney+.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Guardians.
Yeah, but I think after that, he's like, I think he's done. I don't know. I know some of the cast have come out and like, we're not doing any more movies after Guardians 3.
Pull out a pocket full of money and go.
Well, who knows? Because now DC has come out and said, we've got him on board for a few more projects. So who knows? He might
maybe
switch.
he's going to switch channels.
If I was him, I'd probably be thinking, fuck these guys. They kicked me out. They
screwed me over.
Got rid of me. But he's like, fuck it, I'm going to come and finish my vision. I'm going to do my third movie and then I'll fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And even Dave Bautista's been like, I'm not playing Drax again after Guardians 3. Because he was really mad over the whole thing.
Really?
He's very outspoken about everything. We talked about Scarlett Johansson suing Disney last week.
Yep.
He's been the only other Marvel cast member who's come out and backed her up and been like, yeah, good on you. Everyone else is like radio silence.
He's only saying that so he doesn't get him makeup for 4 hours every day.
Probably. He just doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like,
no, exactly right. I mean, why should you?
No, exactly right. Good on him.
He's got pocket. Yeah. His pockets are full.
Yeah. Good on him. So who knows what's going to happen? Anyway, so we saw the Suicide Squad. Great cast. Of course, Margot Robbie's back as Harley Quinn. We've got Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag.
Yep.
John Cena as Peacemaker. Idris Elba, Bloodsport. You've got, who else is in there? Pete Davidson's in there. You've got Nathan Fillion in there. Viola Davis is back in it as Amanda Waller. We've got just heaps of people are in it. Great cast, huh?
Awesome cast.
Awesome cast. What did you think? So the Suicide Squad.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Better than the first one.
Not hard to do.
And one thing I really enjoyed about it was Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Her portrayal of Harley Quinn was better in this one than it was the first one. It's like I thought in the first one, and even in Harley Quinn, she's a little birds of prey. Yeah. Her character's a little too over the top for me. Whereas in this, it's just not quite as full on. She's a little more subdued, and there seems to be a lot more depth to her character in this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Really enjoyed her performance in it.
Definitely. It has been interesting, though, to see her, because each film she plays the character a bit differently. Yeah. And I think that also comes down to the director, the vision of the director too. Because obviously the first film, she was highly sexualized. She had the short side and fucking whatever else, and was just like, the director was just wanted to make her like the sex symbol.
Yeah.
And the ditzy.
Worked.
Exactly. And then the second movie, it was just over the top, really flamboyant kind of thing. It's great, though. I love that film. It's one of my favourite DC films from this current thing.
Yeah.
But then this one, you're right, she had a lot more depth to the character.
Yeah.
And played a little bit more straight, maybe. Not so straight, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Yeah,
but no, I really enjoyed her performance in that.
Yeah.
And John Cena was great.
John Cena, yeah.
He's awesome. These ex-wrestlers getting into film is just amazing.
Yeah, but I guess you look at Arnold Schwarzenegger and, like, obviously not a wrestler, but, you know, an athlete.
Yeah, but I'm talking current, you know, more...
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, it goes back in history, Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Or even the guy, Johnny Weissmuller, who played Tarzan.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's something that's always happened, but it is funny when it does happen.
Yeah.
And they're actually quite good at it.
They feel really natural.
Yeah.
Doing it, you know, like, you know, with The Rock and John Cena and, what's his name, Drax?
Yeah, Dave Bautista. Was he wrestling or was he UFC?
Same thing.
No, UFC is the blood
I'm
sport.
sure he was a wrestler.
Can't remember.
You'll people out there, you'll
know. You'll correct me. But particularly with the wrestlers, John Cena, The Rock, wrestling is not just not like just a sport. It's a performance.
Wrestler.
He's a wrestler, yeah. So it's performance. So then again with him too, it's performance.
Yeah.
It's all fake, obviously.
Yeah, exactly right.
WWF or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
It's all performance. So it does translate then into...
There. There's going to be people it's all real. The athleticism in it's all real.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And they do get injured and all that sort of shit.
But it's all...
They do some pretty wild shit.
You know what I mean? They put on the show and they stage it and whatever else.
Yeah,
but obviously that thing can translate over into movies.
And translates really well. Because in the wrestling, they're playing what feels like a fairly natural sort of role.
Yeah.
So they transfer that across to this sort of shit.
Yeah, you compare that.
Cool.
You then compare that to someone like LeBron. You haven't seen Space Jam 2.
No.
But if you think about Michael Jordan in the first Space Jam.
Oh, he was excellent.
So it's the difference between an athlete and someone who's actually like a performance
athlete,
I suppose. You know what I mean? I was going to say who else was in it. Jai Courtney is Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. What's the name of the girl? I always forget her name because she's fairly new to me anyway, who played Ratcatcher 2. Danielle something.
Doesn't say.
She's probably further on the list. Is there a button that says more? Doesn't matter. Don't worry.
No.
There. I apologise. I forgot her name. Danielle Ratcatcher 2.
Cast, here we go.
God. Daniela Melchior.
Yeah, that's it.
Not really sure who she is, but she was great. She's very good.
Mm.
So anyway, there you go. Great cast. Huge cast. A lot of fun. It's out in cinemas now. In places that aren't in lockdown.
And King Shark.
Oh, yes. Sylvester Stallone.
Stallone playing Stallone as a...
Yeah, King Shark.
Didn't have to act for that.
No.
Just sounded like Stallone.
Because that was the character that was in that cartoon, the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Yeah.
Remember the big shark? Yeah. Fun. Yeah, good
I
movie. I loved it.
I always thought that it was that the shark was the Aussie
character
in it because, we've got a few down here.
Yeah. No, it's just Captain Boomerang. All good, though. Loved it. thought it was really, really great. James Gunn was perfect. Because the first Suicide Squad was obvious that they were trying to rip off Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly right.
So naturally they're going to go, fuck, we can actually get the guy who did Guardians to come and do Suicide Squad. Yeah. You can grab him while you can.
Yeah.
But although I think they approached him with something, I think they approached him with a Batman or a Superman movie, and he was like, no, I'll do Suicide Squad.
Really?
As far as I'm aware.
He picks and chooses.
Yeah. The fucking power he's got. And he said to them, he said, I'm not doing it unless you give me just full control. Because the way Warner's has fucked over some of their directors in the past. Obviously, it's Zack Snyder. They had to do the Snyder cut because they butchered his thing. And then the first director of the first Suicide Squad, they came in and they tinkered with his cut as well, quite substantially. Because the studio wanted something that was a Guardians ripoff, and he didn't. And so, I think what happened was that they saw the director's cut. They're like, it's not fun enough. But the trailer for the movie was like built to advertise the movie as if it was like a Guardians of the Galaxy fun movie with all pop songs and shit in it. And Warner's was like, we want the movie more like the trailer. So they hired the people who edited the trailer to re-edit the movie. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Whether that's the truth or whether that's just one of those things that's like whatever, but as far as I'm aware, that's... So anyway, James Gunn was like, I want like...
Full control
over everything.
No, good
Final cut, this, that, or I walk. And like, yeah, here you go.
No, good.
And
it's paid off.
This is the highest rated DC movie of all time on Rotten Tomatoes. At this moment, it hasn't opened to general public, so the score will go down. It's on like 92% or something.
Yeah.
But it's the highest rated DC film of all time on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's good for critics.
Yeah.
They're usually pretty harsh on that sort of shit.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The DC stuff that's like all trash.
Slamming it, yeah.
But they love it.
But no, it was actually...
Critics are loving it. And so it's a good sign.
I wasn't expecting a huge amount out of it.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the fact that Gunn was involved.
Yeah. Well, it's that I think DC will learn now. They just need to let their directors do what they got to do.
Exactly right.
Instead of tinkering with it, because every time they do,
because they're the ones that know. They're the ones that know.
Mm-hmm. Not some executive sitting up there.
Some accountant. Saying, "Oh, I think this is how you should be doing it."
Yeah, exactly right.
It can't be dictated by the almighty dollar.
No,
because if they do it that way, they'll fail like they have in the past.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Let the director go and spend the money and do what he's got to do, and you'll have a good product, and that's a really good product.
Yes, it is. So, Suicide Squad, great movie, recommended. If you can get to see it, it's in cinemas now, places that aren't in lockdown. It's out on HBO Max in the USA as well, so if you're more comfortable watching it on HBO Max, do that. In Australia, unfortunately, our lockdown has coincided with the first screenings of the movie, so some people were lucky enough to get in and see them. Other people, I was seeing on Twitter, rocked up to the cinemas and they were like, sorry, we've had to cancel the sessions. That's so annoying.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that was last night, wasn't it? They rocked up and...
Well, last Thursday.
Last Thursday? Oh, what, up in Sydney or?
No.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got me again.
Yeah.
Of course, we record on a Friday, and I'm thinking...
We record on the Friday and the podcast goes out on the Monday. Yeah. Yesterday, last night. Yeah. If people rocked up to the cinema and
last Thursday night,
yeah, because they did the snap lockdown at 8 p.m. Usually it'd be like midnight. Snap lockdown at 8, so people were rocking up at like 6 o'clock for like a 6:30 session, and obviously the cinema had to close at 8. They're like, no, we've had to cancel the session.
Yeah,
for like a 2-hour, 15-minute movie. So obviously.
Crazy.
So there you go. Anyway,
shit.
Go and check it out. It has high recommendations. It's a great film.
As soon as you can, check it out. It's really good. Really enjoyed it.
Very quick partner highlight. I really got to change that because I do that every single week. Partner highlight. Okay, it's fixed in the script now for next week. Partners, Random Space Media. Head over to randomspacemedia.com. 3D is back, baby. They've just released some really fantastic 3D and 4K bundle packs. There's the Into the Spider-Verse and Venom. So there's a 4K plus 3D plus 2D bundle pack of them. Individual ones, not both movies together. But I think Sony have seen, like the actual Universal Sony have seen how well they've been selling, and they've just announced for wide release the 2 Spider-Man MCU movies are coming out in 4K plus 3D plus 2-day.
Are they?
Yeah. Yep. So you can get them too. I don't know if Random Space is carrying them at the moment, but they might. Maybe not. I don't know. But you can head over there, randomspacemedia.com, pick up some good shit. Oh, and Jumanji: The Next Level is on 3D now as well, which is the world exclusive. Awesome. Kicks.com.au, they are still offering my 15% off discount code, which is Dave15. Use that at checkout until September for 15% off your entire order. You can go pick up whatever you want. Of course, I teamed up with them in celebration of the Indiana Jones 4 movie 4K collection. So you can use your code on that or whatever else you want. Use it on anything.
Nice.
Pre-orders, sale stock, anything.
Oh, cool.
Dave15 at kicks.com.au.
And that's not an affiliate code?
No, that's not an affiliate code at all. I get nothing out of it.
Anything out of that.
Get nothing out of that.
Nope.
Except for a couple of DVDs. Well, I got the Indiana Jones box set.
Yeah.
And then reviewed it for them and all that shit. So that's it.
You got to work for your money.
Exactly right. Got to do it.
Yep.
Hey.
What?
You know what it's time for?
Oh, what?
Shite.
Or.
All right.
I missed my cue. I forgot that I have to say the or. You ready? It's time for... Oh, fuck me. Ready? It's time for...
Just hit
Shite.
Or...
All right.
There we go.
Just hit any button.
I know.
All right.
That'll piss Wordsworth manager.
Wordsworth manager, Wacko Jacko. So it's Shite, all right. This is the game where we pull up random IMDb listings and we essentially judge a book by its cover. We judge a movie by its synopsis on IMDb and nothing else. That's it. It was originally we would pull up random ones ourselves, but we've had so many sent in by the listeners out there. Thank you so much. That we're simply just going off what's been sent in to us. We have no idea. We don't look at them beforehand. So essentially I will read one, he will read one, I will read one, he will read one, and then we've got like an ongoing tally of who's winning at the moment.
What's the score now? Do we know?
Well, yeah, Jeff,
Jeff's on the ball.
Official scorekeeper Jeff is on the ball. He sent in He sent it in to me yesterday. Well, first he says, sorry for the cheek last week, because he gave us a bit of cheek in the last email. Little shit. And then he says, my tricycle lost a wheel and I had to get a new vest. So he says, because he's our little monkey. It's a little monkey who rides a little bike. Give me the scorecard, Jeff. Jeff. So he's lost. His tricycle lost a wheel. He had to get a new vest. So he was a little bit.
That's funny.
He was a little bit on edge. That's why he gave us some cheek. But he was right on time this week. So I sent an email back to him. I said, "You're right on time, Jeff. You survive another week." So we'll keep him on the payroll. I said, "Keep it up, and I might give you a little extra in this month's paycheck for that replacement wheel." So
anything more than zeros.
Yeah. So thank you, Jeff. He has sent in this week's scorecard, and you'll be happy to learn that the score is now 17-16 in my favour. But you're catching up.
He's catching up.
This could be it. You could take
miles behind.
Yeah, I told you this could happen. It's just luck. It's luck of the draw. So you could take the lead this week, depending how it goes. You could,
won't, but I could.
Yeah. Now, essentially, how this works is that again, as I said, we'll both read out a synopsis. We'll do two of them, and we have to guess whether it's whether it is
Shite.
or
All right.
And to determine whether it is
Shite.
or
All right.
is dependent on the score that it has on IMDb. Anything below a 6. 0 to 5.9 is a
Shite.
anything above a 6 and above is
All right.
So there you go. Okay, so should we get straight into it this week? We have got again we got heaps sent in to us from our pal Devesh Sood. He sent in a bunch more. We've got heaps here from Tyson Turner, from Jeff. We got a couple in from Kyle. We'll take one of Kyle's each this week. Kyle Brebner and Max Xavier, or Max, he says. We can pick. What do we want to call him? Max. All right, we've got a bunch from Max as well. So let's take two each from Max.
That's the Aussie way, shorten everything.
Yeah, exactly. And makes it quicker for the podcast too, because they always go over.
Yep.
So we'll take one from Kyle and one from Max each this week.
So which one do you want to start with? Kyle first?
Yeah, let's start with Kyle first, okay?
Who reads first? I'll read first.
Well, we have both read first the same amount of time. So anyway, you can
I'll
read
go
first.
I'll go first.
Here we go.
Okay. follows the life of a native Canadian as he survives residential school and life among the racism of the 70s.
Oh.
A talented hockey player, he must find his own path as he battles stereotypes and alcoholism.
Oh.
I had to sort of adjust that a bit as I went along.
Okay.
So I'll try and go it again.
Go again.
Follows the life of a native Canadian as he survives residential school and life among the racism of the 1970s. A talented hockey player, he must find his own path as he battles stereotypes and alcoholism.
That can be good. Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I'm just straight up. All
Straight
right.
up.
Yeah. Sounds like a good, nice, dramatic biopic.
All right.
Big all right.
Oh, yeah.
7.3.
Shit, what is that?
It's one called Indian Horse.
Oh.
So it follows the life of native Canadian Saul Indian Horse.
Oh, there you go.
So 7.3.
Shit.
It was 2017, goes for an hour 40, and has nobody you sort of really know.
Well, there you go. I have a feeling Kyle might be Canadian because I think he sent in that one about the Hoosiers last week, remember?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and this one that I'm going to read out for you is about a young French Canadian.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. One of 5 boys in a conservative family in the 1960s and 70s who struggles to reconcile his emerging identity with his father's values.
That'll be all right.
You reckon?
I'll go all right on that.
You go all right?
Yep.
Lock it in?
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
Just sounded all right.
It's called Crazy. Well, C.R.A.Z.Y. Crazy. So it's an what do you call it?
Anagram?
Anagram for something else. Is it called an anagram? Whatever it's called. We have the whatever. It must stand
Not
for
sure.
something, but I don't know what. Cool Randy and
Zany
Yaks.
Yaks.
No. There is a character called Raymond in there, so maybe it's like Crazy Raymond. And there's a character called Zachary. Crazy Raymond and Zachary Yak. There you go.
There you go. That'll do.
I think it might be French. Well, it is a French Canadian, so I think it's French language. All the actors are French. Michael Cotte, Marc-Andre something. It's ... Danielle. I can't even pronounce that, so I won't even try. But there you go. 2005, that one, and it's a 7.9.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's good.
So Carl's suggesting some decent Canadian films for
Yeah.
us. There you go. Thank you very much,
Probably
Carl.
trying to get us to watch some Canadian films.
Maybe.
We might have
There
to
you
check
go.
them out.
Put them on the radar. Comedy drama, that one is. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does sound good.
There you go. All right, should we read
All right, next one?
Next one from Max, yeah.
From Max. A dim-witted teenager and his new co-worker try to save the old burger joint they work for from failing after the opening of a brand new burger restaurant across the street, which is planning to put them out of business.
I think I know it. I think it's an old Nickelodeon film called Good Burger. I can't remember who is in it. I feel like it's like Keenan and Kel or one or the other. And if that's the case, it's like a cult film that a lot of people love, but I feel like it might be the kind of movie that has like a really shite rating. Like I'll Be Home for Christmas. Everyone loves it, but it's got like a 5 something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's a tough one. And if it is Good Burger, it's just come out on Blu-ray recently too. I'm going to say a Shite because I have a feeling it's probably going to have a shitty rating.
Shite.
Yeah.
And you're spot on.
Yeah, Good
Burger.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, with
Who was-
Kel Mitchell,
Kel.
Keenan Thompson,
both of them.
Sinbad,
Oh, yeah.
Abe Vagona. Oh, God. Shah Jackson.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, 5.7. So, it's only just a shite. 1997 film. So, yeah, you were spot on with that.
Keenan and Kel, Good Burger.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, it's like a cult classic, one of those kids' movies from the 90s that
Oh,
everyone
really?
loves. I'm not sure if I ever saw it, though. But,
Right.
yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, one
Your
more for
knowledge
you.
astounds me.
Oh, there you go. Just one of them things.
I can't remember something I watched last week. Something like that.
All right, this is one for you. This is also from Max. Okay, I have to modify this one again.
Yep.
2 bored children have their lives turned upside down when a talking thing comes to visit them. Do you want that again?
Yeah, go again.
2 bored children have their lives turned upside down when a talking, redacted, comes to visit them.
Sounds like it might be sort of a bit of a science fiction sort of film, which I'm not keen on some of them.
Right.
I'm going to say it might be all right.
Yes, it's all right.
Yeah,
lock it in?
Might be all right.
Might be all right. So are you...
Well, it sounds like it. Yeah, I'm going to say all right. I think it's
Okay.
going to be shit, but I reckon we'll go
Okay,
all right.
ready? It is a...
Shite. Shite.
Really? That bad.
Shite.
One more for good measure. Yeah, it's the Cat in the Hat.
Oh, God, of course.
2 bored children have their lives turned upside down when a talking cat comes to visit them. This is the Mike Myers one from 2003.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It has a 4.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
4.0. 4.
It was bad.
Dreadful.
I do remember it. It
Yeah.
was just bad.
There you go. So that is...
You go one further ahead.
Yeah, I
Bastard.
think so. Oh, shit. So thank you very much for joining us for this week's edition
Oh.
of...
Shite.
Or...
All right, all right, all right.
There you go.
Ah, well.
Bit of fun.
Yep. Not when you lose, it's not.
Hey, it's the... Look, we do 4 a week, and
Yeah.
it's at a point now where any week coming soon could swing it. It's just so...
One week we'll do a rapid drill. We'll do 5
We'll have to
each
do
or
a few
something.
of them, yeah.
Get
We've
through
got
some
so
of
fucking
them.
many of these. Some
Yeah.
of these guys have been sending in so many. But yeah, if anyone out there has any Shite or Rights to send in, please send them along to daveleepod@gmail.com or no, that's probably the best place to send them because I get confused otherwise. Send them to the email, as all these wonderful people out there have been doing. Thanks everyone who's sent them in so far. But we've got heaps in the stockpile, but we'd love more. So send in as many as you can think of, and yeah, lots of fun. Hey, here's another segment coming up.
I should have asked for
Yeah.
a bloody...
An assist. Always
I would
forget
have
about the
got, I
assist.
would have got it then.
You probably would have got it. Shame.
Okay.
Next week,
Ah, well.
we always
forgot
forget about the
assist.
assist. Oh, well.
Move on.
Let's go to the next segment, which is called...
I'm just a sore loser.
Yeah. Trailer Trash. This is a segment where we take a look at a couple of the newest trailers of the week.
Yeah.
They're not always going to be trash. We just like the name Trailer Trash.
Yeah.
Although the first one that we're going to take a look at today, well, it's called Venom. Let There Be Carnage. This is the second Venom movie. We've already taken a look at the first trailer, but there's a second one now.
Please don't.
We're going to take a look at it. I haven't even watched this one yet,
Please
so
don't.
let's have a look.
All I ever wanted in this world is carnage.
Oh, shit! Where you going? That is a red one! You need to come out right now.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Snorefest.
It's fucking awful, man. The first one was really dumb, but it was a bit of fun. That one looks like it's just like taking things to the next level.
I don't like the CGI on that.
Yeah.
It just looks like well overdone.
Yeah.
Really overhyped
Yeah.
and over-trumped, and just like... ugh. The only decent thing in that was Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
He looks okay. That does nothing for me. That absolutely nothing for me.
It looks like one of those superhero movies we've got like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
Ghost Rider.
yeah, exactly
kind of
right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
Daredevil.
I'm not looking forward to
Elektra.
that. We'll watch it, of course.
Yeah.
but it might turn out to be a
Yeah, who
half
knows?
decent film.
Might be fun.
But
To me, it looks like they just completely overdone it. They were like,
yeah,
everyone
exactly
loved the
right.
fact that the last one was dumb and stupid and it just looks too
the
much.
thing is, we're huge Marvel fans
Yeah.
as well. But that's just...
Yeah. So this is not MCU. This is Sony.
Yeah. But it's still.
But who fucking knows what they're going to do? Because there's still talk of them.
Who's the director on that?
Andy Serkis has directed
really?
this. Yeah, who was did Gollum from Lord of the Rings, done all that, like the Planet of the Apes and stuff. The character work, anyway.
Yeah. No, does nothing.
Yeah,
for me.
no, me either.
When's it due?
Well, that's actually what I was going to say. The interesting thing is this movie has been set for a release of September 24 in the USA and October 10 in Australia. However, they've dropped the trailer this week with no date attached to it.
Another one
It
of
just
those.
says this fall.
Push it out. Push it out.
And the Australian trailer, by comparison, says this year.
Right.
So they're not putting a date on it because obviously they're not confident that the movie's going to make it out. Yeah, because the big talk now is that the Delta variant of COVID is hitting America, and they're a bit concerned that it might be about to get out of hand. So there's all this talk, and we'll hear later in the news segment that some movies are starting to get delayed again. So I think by the looks of this, so the looks of this, Sony's a little bit hesitant on this. And another thing that people are speculating over is Sony have not dropped a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer yet either, and that's due out like December. We've already got trailers for Marvel's Shang-Chi. We got a trailer for The Eternals, which is like November. And we haven't seen... We've had 2 trailers for Shang-Chi already. I've heard squat from Spider-Man, but Hot Toys have already revealed all the toys they're bringing out. The pop vinyls are all... They've all revealed the pop vinyls, but there's been no trailer, no poster, no marketing. So some speculation has been like, oh, maybe something happens in one of these upcoming Marvel movies that can't be revealed, and we can't reveal anything from Spider-Man until that, which is possible. But now that this has happened with Venom, they're both coming from Sony, is that maybe they're going to push Spidey till next year. So, anyway, let's see what happens.
Just need this fucking COVID to piss off.
Just fuck off, because we can't go through this again.
Nah.
We got another trailer right here. This one's called Crime Macho. This is a film that's coming out from Warner Brothers Pictures. It's also going to HBO Max in the United States. I won't tell you much about this. I'll surprise you with the trailer. I haven't checked this one out yet either, but this is probably one of my most anticipated films of the year.
Oh,
I'm excited for this. Let's have a look.
You owe me, Mike. You gave me your word. And that used to mean something. My son, Rafael, he's in trouble. I want to get him out of Mexico.
You want me to go down there and kidnap him?
Please, just get him back up here.
Just you?
Just me.
You used to be strong, macho.
I used to be a lot of things, but I'm not now. Now, I'll tell you something. This macho thing is overrated. Just people trying to be macho, show that they've got grit. That's about all they end up with.
There you go.
That looks awesome.
How fucking good does that look? Oh,
that's right in my wheelhouse, that.
Got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Hair's standing
I hope
up.
that bloke keeps making films until they're throwing dirt on him.
Well, it's funny because like 10, 15 years ago, he was like, no, I'm done. This is my last whatever movie it was at the time. He's like, no, I'm not directing anymore. I'm not acting anymore. He's back. He came back. He's like, no, fuck it. I'm just going to keep going.
Oh, how good. Jeez, he's a good filmmaker.
He is one of the best. He is one of the greatest.
He's just got such a, a lot of his films are just really character driven, and that's no different.
No.
That looks really good.
It could be the best movie of the year.
Of
course, Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood. Crime Macho.
Yep. Right in my wheelhouse, that.
Mm-hmm.
My sort of film.
So this one's coming out September 17 over in the US, and here in Australia on the 4th of November. So we have to wait like an extra a month and a half for that.
Bastards.
But that's coming from Warner Brothers. It'll also be on HBO Max day and date in the States as well. But
right.
yeah, that looks fucking good.
It looks great.
Really good. I love Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't a trailer, but this is a film that's coming up soon. I thought I'd drop it in here. There's a movie, there's word that director James Gray, his upcoming movie Armaggedon Time is headed into production this October. James Gray directed Ad Astra, The Immigrant, which was that one we watched with Joaquin Phoenix,
Oh, yeah,
Jeremy
yeah,
Renner,
yeah, yeah.
Mario Cotillard. We Own the Night, he directed as well. We watched that a long time ago. Joaquin Phoenix, Mark Wahlberg, Robert Duvall.
Yep.
They owned like a club or something, like gangsters or drug trade or something. And I can't remember.
Yeah.
And Lost City of Z, which we haven't watched yet. So the film's going to star Cate Blanchett, Robert De Niro, Oscar Isaac, Donald Sutherland, and Anne Hathaway. It's going to be a coming-of-age tale set before the 1980 election and based on Gray's own childhood memories. Donald and Fred Trump are set to star in the movie's characters. So who knows? But great cast, great director.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, and we'll get when the trailer comes up, we'll cover that in Trailer Trash.
Yeah, nice.
There you go. But for now, what's going on? Breaking news. Oh yeah, it's movie news time. We got some movie news to talk about this week.
Have we?
Yeah, we do. Fucking heaps this week, I'm telling you. It's a big show, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so Scarlett Johansson sued Disney last week. There's been a bit of fallout from that we'll talk about. We'll follow up on that. Of course, she came out last week. It was just the day that we recorded the podcast, actually. Scarlett came out, or her legal team came out and confirmed they were suing Disney over contractual things regarding... Well, actually, Variety, I'll read this passage from Variety. They sum it up very nicely. In one corner, Scarlett Johansson, who claims that the Walt Disney Company has cheated her by releasing Black Widow simultaneously on Disney Plus and in theaters. In the other is Disney, which tore into the actress in unusually personal terms in a statement, calling her claims sad and distressing and accusing her of showing callous disregard for the effects of the COVID-19 crisis. The consequences of this clash of the titans could fundamentally reshape the way that actors are compensated for their work at a time when new streaming services and a global pandemic has disrupted the theatrical landscape. Nice little wrap up there.
Yep.
So a little bit of fallout. Apparently ScarJo was shocked by Disney's response, and she found it to be a direct attack on her character. A big part of this was also that Disney, in their statement, made a fairly, well, not so much Disney, but Disney's legal team, made a fairly condescending little remark in there saying that Ms. Johansson's contract, we fully comply with Ms. Johansson's contract. The release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn an additional compensation on top of the $20 million she has received to date. So I think she's taken a bit of offence to that, quite rightly so, and they've directly addressed how much they've paid her to, which is a little bit probably not something that needs to come out.
No.
You know, in the trade, officially. I mean, the trades report on this kind of stuff, but for the studio, the legal
to
team,
come out and say
to go, well, we've given you $20 million already.
Exactly right.
You know, it's a bit much,
because when you hear about that sort of stuff in the press and whatever, it's speculation. It's not.
But this is directly, So some industry sources, some of the trade papers and stuff have said that this kind of thing normally wouldn't even surface. Apparently a lot of this goes on behind the scenes, whether it be someone suing a studio or whatever, and it just happens quietly. So it's actually quite a big shock. Apparently this has come out and that the studio is directly talking about it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Or even Scarlett Johansson's team have come out and talked about
Nuts.
it. Many are calling it a watershed moment.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because pretty soon after it was revealed in the trade papers that Emma Stone, star of Disney's Cruella, and Emily Blunt, star of Disney's Jungle Cruise, are also allegedly weighing their options, what they can do. Because, of course, their movies were also dumped Disney Plus day and date with theatres. The Rock apparently isn't interested.
Smart businessman.
Yep. He doesn't care. He's got enough money.
Oh.
He's apparently not interested at all in pursuing legal action. One trade paper, but that said, there's also another report saying that Emily Blunt allegedly was only paid half the amount that The Rock was paid for Jungle Cruise. So she could be a little bit like, well, I deserve a little bit more. Don't know. It's alleged speculation. One trade also noted that there's been a lot of actors waiting in the wings for quite a while. They've been waiting for a high profile.
I was going to say big name.
Yeah, big name to come out first, and everyone's going to follow. We see this happen a lot, and whether that be stuff like for example, the Harvey Weinstein thing. It just takes one big name to step out, and then everyone else comes out of the woodwork. I won't say comes out of the woodwork, it sounds a bit condescending, but everyone comes out to finally take their chance to go, you know what. So the more you hear about it, the more like, you kind of feel like, well, maybe she's in her rights to pursue what she's doing, especially if it's all about contractually making a point. I don't know. I'm not going to take any definitive kind of thing on it, but because again, this is something that probably shouldn't have even come out in the press.
Exactly right.
Now, a newsletter from Matthew Bologna. He's a former Hollywood Reporter editor. He must send out a newsletter. He claims that Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, is angry and embarrassed over the whole ordeal. Now, Feige was, he says here, Bologna says, Feige is a company man and not prone to corporate showdowns or shouting matches, but I'm told he's angry and embarrassed. He lobbied Disney against the day and date plan for Black Widow, preferring the big screen exclusivity and not wanting to upset his talent. Of course, Scarlett Johansson's been in the Marvel films for like 10 years, and she's finally got a chance to get her own movie, and I think it's treated like this. Bologna continues, and then when the shit hit the fan, the movie started tanking, and Johansson's team threatened litigation. He wanted Disney to make this right with her. So Feige's probably going, come on, Disney, get this sorted. From the beginning, he's probably like, don't dump it on there. Don't dump it on Disney Plus. Don't treat the talent like this. And then when it's happened, he's like, fucking sort this out. And now he's angry and embarrassed that it's all come out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's at this point. Some insiders are calling it carnage in Hollywood. And they're blaming the current CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Chapek, for making these decisions. And people saying that this never would have happened under the watch of Bob Iger.
Probably
of course,
not.
Stepped down 12 months ago. So, yeah.
Probably wouldn't have.
Insiders told The Wrap that Iger is mortified with what's happening right now. Of course.
How long till he comes back?
Oh, God. I know.
He's come back a couple of times.
He's come back a couple of times.
Yeah.
He came back during the pandemic to sort shit out, and he's still there, I believe, on the board. But obviously, Bob Chapek's making the shots.
That was Chapek's background. He was marketing, wasn't he?
He was like head of marketing and commerce or something with the Disney parks. Yeah. So he was like merchandising essentially at Disney parks. Yeah. So they've got, whereas Bob Iger comes from a history of working on the production side.
So you've got a creative as opposed to a salesman.
Well, exactly right. So they've got a salesman running the company now who just sees dollars.
Yep.
Now I'm sure obviously Bob Iger would have just is someone who would have seen dollars and would have known where to go to get the money, but he was making his decisions on a creative standpoint as opposed to this guy who seems like he's just going, fuck, let's just make the money.
Yeah, exactly.
And doesn't give a shit what's happening.
He probably gets paid big bonuses to make money.
Well, Bob Iger was getting some huge bonuses last year after the Disney buyout and the Marvel
but they're
stuff.
obviously going about getting their bonuses in different ways.
Exactly right.
And you find that with a lot of companies over the last 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
They turn to accountants to run the company.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And it's not necessarily the best way for the company to run.
See with Warner Brothers who haven't been taking their directors' visions on board.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
right.
Been doing whatever they
making financial decisions, not creative ones.
So it's all about the Wrap notes that it's an open secret in Hollywood that Disney executive chairman Bob Iger and CEO Bob Chapek have been estranged for months, dating back to the very start of last year's pandemic. Now the consequences of that estrangement are becoming clear.
Oh, God. It's going to get messy before it gets any better.
Oh, yeah. But because Bob Iger, now there are people who don't particularly like what he's done with the company. I think what he did with the company has been fantastic. I was going to say, his decisions were always about keeping people happy. I guess like Kevin Feige, a company man. Bob Iger ran the Pixar buyout, and it was his job to fix the relationship with Steve Jobs after he and Pixar fell out. So Iger had to go in and patch things up with Steve Jobs to then buy out the company. And his whole thing has been about building relationships and keeping people happy, and that relationship with George Lucas to buy out Star Wars, and the relation to, buy out Marvel, all that stuff. Chapek's just coming in and Fucking
it all up.
Yeah. So we'll follow that one. We'll keep following that one. But there seems like
that'll be interesting to see what happens with
it
that.
seems like there's been a bit of fallout out of that.
And who else comes out of the woodwork,
exactly
so
right.
to speak.
Yeah. So there you go.
Wow.
Another one here, Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's a movie that's come. Remember Clifford the Big Red Dog? I used to read the books when I was a kid. As like a dog, like a massive red dog, and he lived on the roof of a house or something.
Oh, vaguely.
I don't know if I ever read them or I don't know, but I think it was a cartoon as well. Maybe it's a big red dog lived on a house. It was due for cinemas in September 17 this year, and it was set to debut at the Toronto International Film Festival with a gala presentation. The film's now being delayed. Paramount has removed it from their release schedule, and E1, Entertainment One, who's the distributor over in the UK, has removed it from the Toronto International Film Festival.
Oh.
Not a huge film, but apparently early word is that it's not bad, even though it looks pretty awful. But this is the first domino to fall in what's probably going to be another whole slate of movies that are being delayed. Apparently the film's complete. It's ready to go. It's all done. It's not like it's been delayed because of production issues. It's ready to go. So this, they reckon, is that first piece that's going to fall. And as we've seen with Venom, studios might be a little bit hesitant, reluctant now with what's going on.
Yeah, exactly right.
Deadline says Paramount Pictures has curbed the planned September 17 release of the film. It is completed and there's good early tracking. How with families feeling less likely to go to theatres, Paramount is looking for a new US release date. So there you go. It's going to be interesting. Again, we could have a whole bunch of delays.
Expect it, I think.
Here's something that got me fired up a little bit during the week. There's been a bit of discourse surrounding this one online, on Twitter and everything. As this new film that's coming out, I'm completely opposed to this movie. I have been for a long time. It's a film called Blonde. It's a fictional biopic based on the life of Marilyn Monroe. It's based on a book, a novel called Blonde, which is it posits itself as a fictional biography of Marilyn Monroe, but essentially it's written like a tabloid slander piece.
Oh God!
And it's a text that is not critically. It's a text that is fairly reviled by fans of Marilyn and of historians,
right,
who have been doing a lot of work over the last 20 years to try and fix things that this book have done to damage her reputation and whatever else. You hear all these rumours and stuff about Marilyn Monroe, misconceptions people might have about her. A lot of it stems from this book that was published like the early 2000s, I think. There's already been a miniseries about it. It's awful, dreadful.
What's the miniseries?
It's called Blonde. There's a miniseries, like 2 or 3, I think it's like 2-parter. One of those ones they used to do where there was like 2-hour movies.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad. Again, that's something that fans and historians really don't like, because even though from the top this is a fictionalized account, it takes 2 seconds to read that and then 4 hours to watch the movie. Or it takes 2 seconds to read the thing at the beginning of the book that says this is fictional, but then it might take a month to read the rest of the book. So by the time you got to the end of the book, you've forgotten about reading, this is fictional, and you might take it at face value.
Yeah.
So this is a movie. Australian director Andrew Dominic is behind this one. He directed Chopper, one of the greatest Australian films of all time, and he also directed the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Both terrific movies.
Good films.
Both 2 of my favourite movies. I've watched Assassination of Jesse James multiple times. I love it.
I haven't watched it for years.
Love it.
Years.
So what happened with this is that he's been trying to shop it around Hollywood for a long time. Naomi Watts was attached to it over a decade ago. Photos came out of her dressed as Marilyn like 10 years ago.
I remember
and
that.
she was set to do it. They made a big thing about it. This is happening. Fell apart. Jessica Chastain then came, like maybe a few years later. They were like, Jessica Chastain's going to star in it now. Fell apart again. red flags. Why is this production keep falling apart? Last year, Netflix has picked it up. Holy shit, yeah. Netflix has bought out Blonde. Ana de Armas is going to star in it as Marilyn. She looks great. I didn't put a picture in there, but she looks great. Again, I love Andrew Dominic's work, and I think Ana de Armas looks fantastic. I think she would be a good actress to portray Marilyn. But again, the source material that's been used for this movie is what I have an issue with.
Yeah.
And it seems that Netflix may not have done their research on this project.
Oh, really?
Yes, because Variety reported earlier last week that Netflix's upcoming Marilyn Monroe film Blonde is being delayed until at least 2022. It's come out during the week. Now, this came from a Twitter account called Armas Updates, which is sort of like a fan account of Ana de Armas. So how much we can actually take from this, what I'm saying is take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But knowing what I know about the novel and about the original miniseries and about all the shit that this book was about,
portrays, yeah.
It seems pretty legit. There's also industry insiders who are kind of coming out and going, yeah, this is fairly legit. I will put a warning here because there is some I do mean this in the most respectful way, and so there might be some trigger words in here. There might be some themes that we touch on now that may be a bit heavy for some people. So just a warning at the beginning there. But this Armas Updates notes that according to industry insiders, Netflix was absolutely horrified by the sexually graphic final cut of Blonde submitted by director Andrew Dominic. They want a new version. Dominic doesn't. Explains that which explains the delayed release of the film. Netflix wanted a Beatty Awards player instead of an obtuse art house film. They elaborated further in another tweet, which has since been deleted, by the way. As it stands, Blonde is a sexually graphic depiction of Monroe. Netflix was absolutely horrified by the cut that Dominic submitted to them, which includes a rape scene and bloody menstrual cunnilingus. They want a new version of the film, and Dominic doesn't. The cut Netflix saw caught them completely off guard. They were under the impression this was an Oscar player, when in fact it was this vague, obtuse art house film. God. Not sure what they expected from Dominic.
God.
Now, this book, notoriously, one of the passages in the book rattles off a list of names of presumed sexual partners of Marilyn Monroe. There's graphic sex scenes in it. There's a threesome scene in it. There's a scene where a studio head forces her to do things in essentially the casting couch thing.
Yep.
A lot of this stuff, it's a really disrespectful text. And my problem with it is, why the fuck are you adapting this source again? When this is going to be, a lot of people are going to watch it and take it at face value.
Exactly right.
And the damage the book did, the damage that the previous miniseries did, and that historians have trying to fucking fix for the last 20 years, is just going to get all unraveled again with this production. And some people have suggested, well, Andrew Dominic, there's so many people who are championing this film. Andrew Dominic is this person who demystifies these figures. You know, he turned Chopper into sort of a cult hero, yeah. And he tried to demystify the legend behind Jesse James. And he's done all these other projects that kind of do this. My thing is, if you're going to demystify,
do it on truth.
Do it on the truth and not do it. There are,
I
could list at least a half a dozen sources that you could use that demystify the legend of Marilyn Monroe without the untruths.
Yeah.
And I've read some pretty heavy biographies. She didn't have an easy life. She had a very, very hard life. And there's a lot of great sources that really delve into her as a person as opposed to a legend without throwing in all these false fucking rumors or fucking just making up bullshit, whatever. So my problem is, if you want to do that, fucking pick one of those other sources instead of this one. But there's so many people defending this.
Really?
So many people defending it. Like, let the director have his vision. Let him do. He just wants to tell this great story about this person.
Well, if you're going to tell a great story like that, don't make it about Marilyn. Make it about a fictional character.
Well, the thing with the Blonde novel is that, from memory, it doesn't. I know a lot of the characters they change the name, but it's obvious who they're talking about.
So they don't have an issue with.
Yeah.
But if they're using her name and all that
exactly
stuff
right.
as attached to the film, as you said, people are going to watch that and take it at face value and think that all happened.
And the other big issue is that they are depicting allegedly, according to this tweet that's come from his Armas updates, they're depicting scenes of sexual assault, which Marilyn, there was a history there with sexual assaults.
Yep.
And they're going to, this person, depict that like a real life incident on screen is just really like trashy to me.
It's just trash.
So a lot of obviously the Marilyn fans and most other people are like, this should not happen. Like my tweet was like, when I heard that this was delayed, my tweet was like, good, just cancel it. Don't release this.
Yeah.
This is awful. But everyone else was like, no, release it because Andrew Dominic and he's kind of great. Again, great filmmaker.
Yep.
Let him have his say. And I would usually be on the side that's like, yes, let the director have his vision. Let him put out his film. But when it's something like this, I can't stand behind it. And knowing this and having known about this text for 10, 15 years, the amount of time I guess I've studied Marilyn Monroe and her life and her career, it just really does not sit well with me. I don't like it.
I think he's got a right to make the film.
Yeah.
But don't put it out as being truth.
Well, see,
and don't attach her name to it.
Well, see, that's the thing. We don't know what spin he's going to put on it.
Well, that's
we
right.
don't know. I assume he's probably going to put a thing at the beginning that says this is not true. Like, I don't want to say anything about the director's vision. We really don't know. I don't want to say anything that's wrong. Like, he could put a nice spin on it, and it could be like, well, he is a more truthful whatever. But then my issue is if you're going to do that and tell a more truthful spin, use a different source.
Use a proper sourse, yeah.
So I don't know. So the other thing that's come out of this, the question is, why didn't Netflix do their research? It's a completely different argument altogether. Is like, this is such a...
But they've got a history of just throwing money at shit.
Exactly right.
They just throw the money at shit.
Yep.
And think, we'll get the money back, not a problem.
They
do.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
Well, yeah. Another industry insider is saying that the script is essentially the book. So there is no way that Netflix could have read the script and passed it and known about the book, and it's almost like they've gone,
who's attached to it?
Yeah, Andrew Dominic, Marilyn Monroe, Anna de Armas.
It's got to be a winner.
Greenlight it.
Yeah.
And then they've done no research and then looked at the cut and gone, fucking hell. Oh, shit. What do we got? Again, all of this is alleged. Well, okay, how much we want to read into this is all alleged, but this is what it's sounding like at the moment.
Jesus.
It's pretty heavy stuff.
It is a bit like, as I said, he's got the right to make the film, but it's got to be done properly, and it's got to, the source material's got to be right. And if he wants it to be taken as truthful, make it truthful.
Well, yeah, exactly right.
Don't make it out of tabloid stories that went around.
Yeah, it's tough because it's like, because then the other issue is this project has fallen apart years and years. Naomi Watts has been on the record saying it was a dark film.
Yeah.
So the thing is, now we're in this position where the film has been made, and if there's truth to this rumor about whatever's happening with Netflix, is how did Netflix allow this to be made in the first place if they're going to be horrified with it after they've seen the final cut?
Yeah, exactly. They've obviously not read it. They've just seen who's attached.
Yeah.
I thought, let's throw some money in it. It'll be great.
Well, if this report is true, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, another thing is like, why put these actors through something that's so hard, so heavy, film these scenes and then go at the end, no, we can't put this out. It's such a... good
on people like Naomi Watts for jumping off.
Well, yeah. Well, again, we don't know why or how, but we can only speculate
that's right. Make those assumptions.
As to what's going on.
As to why she jumped off.
Yeah, it's tough. Anyway, so I was copying a bit of heat on this over Twitter and
I'm sort of a bit looking forward to seeing what they do with it, to be honest.
Well, I'm curious to watch it. I'm sure, I don't know. I'm sure I probably won't enjoy it, but I will go in with an open mind and see what they're doing with this.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not impressed with the source material they've chosen. And if these reports are correct, I think I'm not going to be impressed with this. But we'll see. Again, this is as someone who's been a fan of her for a long time and has read a lot about her and understands a lot of the stigmas that are attached to her and her image, stuff she struggled with throughout her lifetime as well and tried to get away from. It's one of the first female producers in history to start her own production company because she was not being taken seriously in Hollywood as an actor, performer, as a sex symbol. So then for something like this to be out after, where she can't defend herself, that was the big thing with the book, was like, publish something like that when this person's not around to defend themselves is like in bad taste. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that one. Again, this could all be bullshit. It could be all, I don't want to get in trouble for saying anything that's untrue. It's all speculation, all based on these tweets from Armus Updates. And again, they've deleted that tweet, so we'll see what happens.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, but I copped a lot of hate from people on Twitter who were like, yeah, you're wrong. I was like, no, my issues, people were coming to me like, how about we just don't judge movies before they come out? And I was like, well, I don't usually, and I'm not judging the film. I'm not judging the creator. I'm not judging the artistic. I'm not judging the film as a piece of art. I'm judging the source material that's being used for this movie.
Yeah.
And that's my issue with it.
Yeah.
And that's why I wouldn't want to see something like this come out if they're going to do it in this way. But yeah, people were like, someone posted something about, some director, some crap about, this director just wants to make a truthful retelling and demystify the legend. And I was like, yeah, by using a tabloid journalism fucking source that paints someone's sexual abuse as them being a harlot or whatever. And then someone comes on and goes, ratio, which is this thing that people do on Twitter where they will post a tweet and ratio it so more people will like the ratio tweet than the actual tweet. So then all these film bros, as you'll call them, jumped on and were like liking the ratio tweet. I'm thinking, anyway, so there we go. We'll follow that and we'll see what happens with that. But I'm not impressed as it is at the moment. If this is all true,
but we'll see it and
if it comes out.
Yeah. Reserve our judgment.
Yeah. Let's look at there's a couple of other interesting stories here. South Park. Do you like South Park?
I have never watched a full episode of South Park. No. And I remember having a discussion with my older brother.
Yeah, because he loves it.
Because he loves it.
Yeah.
I can listen to it.
Yeah.
But I could never watch the animation.
Yeah.
I never enjoyed the animation. For some reason, it just didn't. The audio of it didn't match the.
Yeah.
Didn't match the
art style.
Or the animation style for me. And it just never really gelled with me, so I've never really watched a full episode. I've watched bits and pieces here and there, and I get a lot of the in jokes with Cartman being killed nearly every episode.
Kenny.
Kenny being killed nearly every second episode or whatever it is, and Mr. Hanky and all those sorts of things. But no, I'm not a huge South Park fan.
Did you know it's still going?
No, I didn't.
Still going. 24 seasons are up to now.
Just trying to catch the Simpsons.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of it when I was a kid. I was probably too young to be watching it.
I didn't know that.
Really? I'm sure you did.
No,
I think Steve actually gave me some DVDs or something of it at one point. And I watched it. I'm not sure if I ever really liked it or whether I was just enjoying it because I probably shouldn't have been watching it.
Probably.
And I don't know if you remember this. You probably don't remember this, but there's one of the very early episodes. One of the other characters starts calling someone a dildo.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I called you a dildo one day. You were like, hang on, what the fuck?
I do remember that.
I was probably like 8 or 9 or some shit. They called you a dildo. You're like, what? Where'd you hear that? I was like, South Park. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought it was funny that it's getting called a funny name. So
I do. There's
there you go.
Funny things I remember. I do remember that.
So anyway, Bloomberg news outlet reported that the creators of South Park have signed a new deal with Viacom CBS that will pay them more than $900 million over the next 6 years, which is one of the richest deals in TV. Pardon me. Ooh, hiccup. In TV history.
$150 million a year.
Yeah. Now, Viacom have come out.
Oh, my God.
Viacom have put out a press release and they detailed what this deal encompasses. It's a new and expansive deal with MTV Entertainment Studios, which encompasses the following distribution. They're going to make more series exclusively for Comedy Central over in the States, and they're going to go up to season 30, at least up to season 30 under this deal. So again, I said we're up to season 24 now, so that means they're doing another 6 seasons at least, which will just about catch up to The Simpsons, although The Simpsons will probably keep going. And this is the weird part of the deal. They're going to make 14 South Park original made-for-streaming movies for Paramount+.
Jeez.
2 of which will be coming out this year.
God.
14. Fucking hell.
Jeez, they'd be throwing some people at it to get it made.
Yeah. Jeez.
God.
There you go. $900 million. They have enough money there to... Yeah,
a lot
start
of
a new
money.
studio.
Yeah.
Well, not quite, but you know what I mean.
Well, they're probably expensive to make too.
Yeah, probably.
They would be really expensive because
Well,
the amount of staff involved.
I'm sure it used to be all handmade. I'm sure it was all...
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I'm sure it's probably all digital now, but I'm sure the original seasons were actually like stop animation with like cutouts and stuff. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just what it looked like, but I'm sure it was all like fairly handmade.
No idea. I suppose the animation's pretty basic.
Yeah.
So I suppose it wouldn't be that difficult to make it.
Well, yeah.
Really?
In comparison, to most other things, yeah. I think that's why they're on a pretty fast turnaround with stuff. Like a lot of the references in their shows are really, really relevant. Like something might happen in the news and then you see a reference to it in South Park like 2 or 3 weeks later.
Oh, shit.
Like they're real fast turnaround on it. Viacom have said Matt and Trey are world-class creatives who brilliantly use their outrageous humour to skewer the absurdities of our culture, and we are excited to expand and deepen our long relationship with them to help fuel Paramount Plus and Comedy Central. This is Chris McCarthy, President and CEO of MTV Entertainment and CCO of Adult Entertainment at Paramount Plus. Franchising marquee content like South Park and developing new IP with tremendous talent like Matt and Trey is at the heart of our strategy to continue growing Paramount Plus. So you go, people out there like South Park. You've fucking got a shitload of it coming over the next few years. I'm not particularly interested in South Park, but that's a pretty big deal.
It's huge.
I thought we'd touch on that
It's
one.
a huge deal, isn't it?
Yeah. Didn't do a cartoon news on it. I don't know how well South Park content would do on my channel, so I just bypassed that. But there you go. We talked about it anyway. Here's something interesting. The Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel. Have you heard about this one?
No, I haven't.
It's a hotel that's going to open at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
Actually, I've heard about it.
Yeah. This is the description that's come from Disney. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is a revolutionary new 2-night experience where you are the hero. You and your group will embark on first-of-its-kind Star Wars adventure that's your own. It's the most immersive Star Wars story ever created, one where you live a bespoke experience and journey farther into a Star Wars adventure than you ever dreamed possible. Arrive at the Walt Disney Resort Terminal, board a launch pod and rendezvous with a magnificent Halcyon Star Cruiser. Halcyon Star Cruiser. Stay in a cabin or suite with an exquisite view of space. Throughout the ship, you'll interact with an eclectic collection of characters, sit down to exotic galactic cuisine, and perhaps even plot a secret mission together. As the itinerary continues, you'll take the story farther and deeper, choose your path, seek out the inner workings of the legendary starship, learn the traditional art of wielding a lightsaber, and even jump on a transport to the planet Batuu, where your mission continues at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Comicbook.com kind of demystifies it a little bit. They say the Galactic Star Cruiser experience is fully immersive, meaning that everyone working on the ship they will be in character the entire time guests are on board. Like any normal cruise, there's a detailed itinerary of all the events throughout the experience. Some of these events are considered story moments, which will deal directly with the Resistance and First Order. Guests will be taking part in the story and being put quite literally into the universe of Star Wars. lightsaber training, sub-arc lessons, training on the bridge, be a lounge that's available to adults at night. Second day of the experience, we'll see a transport to take guests from the ship to the planet of Batuu, which is Galaxy's Edge. Each trip on the Galactic Star Cruiser will be completely unique, which makes this experience one of a kind if you want to take the journey. So essentially, it's this completely immersive experience. Yep. All the cast members are in character the entire time. You are essentially locked into this hotel for 2 nights, 3 days. Your windows are not windows to the outside world. There's like these huge screens, which looks like you're out in space, so stars and stuff.
Yeah.
And then everything is obviously just themed in the hotel, and you feel like you're... And if you want to get to the park, they take you there on a Star Cruiser. So you essentially can't like escape your hotel and you get to the park, whatever. So it's fully immersive, as if you're on a starship. Awesome. Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Everyone's very excited about it. We know someone who's planning to go there and do it.
That's where I'd heard from.
Yeah.
Heard about
this was actually a couple of days before they announced the prices, so I'd be keen to hear if he's still keen on going after hearing these prices here. So Disney have finally announced the prices for this thing. Here we go. We've got... I've lost myself on that. There's actually some pictures there if you want to look at the thing. At the start, at the experience here. So you've got $4,800 for 2 adults. Again, keep in mind, this is US. This is US. This is a 3-day, 2-night experience. All inclusive, so it's food and everything. It's got your park tickets, it's got your accommodation, all that shit. $4,800 for 2 adults. That roughly equates to $6,500 Australian dollars and £3,500. If you've got 2 adults and 1 child, it's $5,300 US, which roughly equates to $7,150 Australian and about £3,800. If you have 3 adults and 1 child, it's $6,000 US, which equates to about $8,100 Australian and £4,300
My God.
UK. Very expensive.
You consider it, though.
Yeah. I really want to do it.
Yeah,
but that's
consider it.
Extortionate.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Once you then factor in flights to America.
Yeah.
A couple of grand. Particularly if you're talking about an adult and a child.
So $2,400 per adult for 2 nights. That's an expensive hotel.
Yeah. But it also has your park tickets. It's got your food.
So $1,200 a night. What's the park worth a day?
Like $150, like $200. It's probably more now. $200 for a park hopper, maybe more.
That brings it down to about. What's that bring it down to? About $1,000. For your accommodation transfers across the park, all that sort of shit. It's not overly expensive. I don't think it's not cheap. Obviously. No. It's not over the top. They could have charged more.
Oh, of course they could, and people still would have done it.
But mind you, when we look at that, and that equates to, what was that, 6,500 Aussie dollars?
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just for 2 adults. You throw a child in there, it's over $7,000.
Yeah.
And someone else pointed out that the pricing that they put up now is for off-peak.
That's off-peak.
That's off-peak.
Oh shit!
So when it comes to like holiday season and they release the next prices, they will be a lot more than that.
They'll be at least 50% above that.
Yeah.
So that 4,800 will become about $7,000.
That's what someone pointed out to me anyway. I didn't dig into it, so I could be wrong. But someone was like, "Yeah, these are off date. The dates that they have announced the prices for are off peak. So whether they do change or not, who knows? But probably knowing Disney.
If you're a huge Star Wars fan,
oh yeah, and I know people who are going to be doing it.
Well, so if Michael travelled and shit, because he used to be a huge Star Wars fan.
Oh yeah,
because he when the first one came out, I think. And he'll correct me. I think he actually went and saw it nearly every week for about a year or so. When
this
it
is
first came
1977, though. Don't forget, so it's probably 15 cents a ticket.
That's right. And then, that was it was the most what would you call it? Advanced film of its time, I suppose. At the time. So if he was one to consider stepping out of the country and go to America, he would probably do it, I would think.
Yeah.
He was
I know.
huge fan.
I was speaking to someone yesterday who's definitely doing it. Spoke to their partner, and the partner was like, fucking do it, book it in. And again, we spoke to someone the other day who said that they were planning to go. They're probably going to go. I don't know. But people will fucking do this, and this thing is going to be booked out for ages. I can almost guarantee it now.
I suppose
cool.
one way of guaranteeing you get into the Star Wars rides in the park.
Well, that's the thing. Well, I don't know. I didn't look that far into it, but whether it guarantees you onto those rides, because people
It would have to.
Who knows?
It would have to guarantee. It would have to guarantee.
Because a lot of those hotels do come with like magic, what they call like the magic pass or something, where you get to the front of the line in front of everyone. I think I don't know. So you'd have to, if you're staying at the Star Wars hotel, they'd have to guarantee you a spot on those rides, surely.
Yeah.
Attraction, sorry.
Yeah. You'd want it to.
Yeah.
Although if that's off peak, you might. Oh no, you probably still wouldn't be able to walk up.
No.
When we went off peak, we were able to walk up to almost everything and get on pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably different now.
Yeah,
particularly with Star Wars, it'd be different.
Apparently the lines at the Star Wars, the Galaxy's Edge, have been horrendous. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's funny, I tweeted that out and I was like, oh my God. I was like, yikes, look at these prices. And then Alicia, who's never comments on my Twitter or anything, she's like, this is the best news I've heard all day. It's like, why? And she's like, oh, it's because that means we won't be staying there. I was like, oh, thanks. But that does look very cool, and it's something I would love to do, but it's a lot of money. Yeah. People have been quoting Jurassic Park. There's a line in Jurassic Park where they're deciding on the park tickets, and it's like some extortionate price, and Richard Attenborough's character, what's his name, the guy that runs the park, says, I should know, it's one of my favourite movies. I blanked out. He says, he's like, oh, why should we be charging them this much to be seeing the dinosaurs? Why should we charge them this much to come to the park? And then one of the lawyers is like, we'll do a coupon day or something. They were just quoting that scene. So there you go. That's all the news from this week. Quite a bit there. We're running low on time.
Big news day.
It wasn't a big news day, big news week. But we're running under 2 hours at the moment, which is good. We've only got a couple of questions in this week. I didn't put any floaters out this week because there's a lot to cover. But we do have a couple of things that have come in, so let's take them and then we'll round the show out.
Old mate Blake.
Oh yeah, Blake.
Up in
Queensland.
Blake Eisen. G'day, Blake. Hope it's all going well up there.
Hello.
G'day, guys, he says.
Hello.
Hope all is well in Vic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't until last night.
Yeah.
Brisbane, as you know, is in lockdown at the moment. We feel your pain, mate.
Yeah, man.
No one feels it more than we do. So I've got a lot of time on my hands outside of work. As you know, I'm looking to kickstart my own reviewing gig.
Wait, was this the one he wrote in last week?
I don't remember reading it.
Oh, no, I read it to you. I've read it to you at the table. We didn't read this on the pod. Yep, go.
I'm looking to kickstart my own reviewing gig, etc., and I'm going to use this time to do that. I'm wondering, what platform do you guys think would be best to go with? YouTube seems so oversaturated nowadays, so what do you reckon? Keep up the great work. Cheers. Thanks, Blake.
It's a loaded question.
It's a big question, isn't it?
YouTube's definitely saturated. I feel like
very saturated.
Particularly even in the 5 years I've been doing it, the amount of people that have jumped on in that time is enormous.
Yep.
And you see a lot of people just aren't getting traction. I struggle to get traction at some points. It's really tough space.
It's like even some of those. We were just talking the day before about how you would do, for those for what's it called, random space media and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and how not so much them, but others you do that they're now getting quite saturated and. There's a lot of people reviewing stuff for them.
Yeah.
A lot of these were the first one to sort of start.
Yeah, a lot of the distributors. Well, it wasn't necessarily the first one. There's maybe a couple of people doing them, and then now you see so many people who have obviously after, a few of us have been doing them.
Yeah,
it's so many people jumped on, and you see so many people advertising these distributors.
Yeah,
on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and it's got to the point now where some of the distributors. Again, I won't name names, but some of them are scaling back on how much they're able to offer.
Yeah.
I think because so many people are now wanting them. Yeah. So the offerings that I'm getting are a little bit thinner now than they would have been.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
They get their brand out there a bit more. But It's tough because even Instagram is saturated and it's really fucking hard to get any kind of traction on Instagram because that's so algorithm-based and it's worse than YouTube, they reckon, the algorithm on Instagram. Twitter, fucking hard to get any out there. I don't know. I'd just say pick whatever platform.
Pick one and just go for it.
Yeah, because I've found it so hard to cross-platform. All my focus goes on YouTube. I post on Instagram, I post on Twitter, but I don't devote so much time to either of those platforms because I just know that I'm not getting anywhere on them.
Pick TikTok.
Yeah, exactly right. Just take your pick and just fucking roll with it and stick to it.
Yeah, exactly right. It's hard to advise which way to go because they're all different and they're all pretty saturated these days.
And it's so much luck.
Yeah.
There's an Australian reviewer who only just started doing, or Australian content creator rather, who's just started doing videos maybe a year or so ago. And he was just doing smaller movie reviews and stuff and then did a couple of editorial videos and fucking exploded. It's on 30,000 subs. He was only on a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
But it's a similar thing that happened to me. You know, I went from 6,000 to 30, 40, 50,000 subs in the space of 12 months.
Yeah.
So it's just that one thing just needs to take off and you explode.
Exactly.
And this other guy, Patrick Burrow is his name, was speaking to him and it's just man, it's crazy. Because someone tried to call him out on Twitter. It was this guy's been buying views and there's no way you can be this successful so quickly. And I was like, well, hang on, actually, I was like, this happened to me. And it's just one of those things where it just happens.
Yeah.
It's just one of those random things that the algorithm goes, oh, this is doing all right. Let's give it to everyone. And then you fucking explode. You have that little burst.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me. He's like, thank you for that because these idiots trying to tarnish me. Even he was like, I can't believe what's happening. So there is still a chance that you can get in there and just work your ass off and just hope that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah,
and try different things.
Well, it's a lot of hard work too. You've been at it for what, 5
years now, just over 5 years,
and you're approaching 100,000 subs now on YouTube. But trying to cross into any other platform, it just doesn't work.
No.
So pick your platform and just work at it, and it's not going to happen overnight.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, whatever you find easiest.
YouTube works for me because I don't want to get hampered to just doing reviews. I like doing the editorials. I like doing the little documentary pieces, whatever else. But if you just want to do little 20-second reviews, pick Instagram or TikTok. Or if you just want to do written blog pieces, start a blog and start posting on Twitter or whatever. Just pick what you think is right for you and go with it because any of them is really just a gamble. And it's just waiting for that moment where it spikes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who are on 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 subscribers and they've been stuck there for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because they don't take risks.
Well, that was you for the first couple of years.
Well, because I never took it.
It took forever.
I wasn't taken seriously for a while, a few years. And then once I took it more seriously, started doing different things, started playing around. I saw these people who are like, how come I don't have any growth? I'm on 2,000 subscribers and I've been on 2,000 subscribers for 3-4 years. Why aren't I growing? You look at their content, it's just review. People don't watch reviews.
No.
My reviews don't even get views.
No, that's right.
Big views.
Yeah.
Comparatively to my other stuff. Do different things. Experiment. That's what it's about. Just try. If that's not working, don't keep doing it.
First and foremost, if you're going to do it, Blake, do it for your own enjoyment. Don't do it. Don't go into something like this thinking you're going to make a living out of it. Because if it fails, and you don't make a living out of it, well, then you just destroy yourself.
Yeah, exactly right.
So do it because you want to do it and you enjoy doing it, and you're doing it for the fun of it, really.
Yeah, exactly.
And hope at some stage you'll be able to, make a living out of it. When
that's it.
It just takes forever. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of dedication. Dave works 10, 12 hours every day.
Fun.
Almost every day, 7 days a week. And really, was it last Saturday you took a day off?
Yeah.
It was the first real day off, full day he'd had off for
months.
Ages.
Months.
Even days when we go out, we go to football or something.
Yeah.
You'll work if it's an afternoon game, you'll work in the morning, or if it's a night game, you'll work through the day and then go to the football, and stuff like that. So pick your platform and just work at it. That's all you can say. Can't really say whether one platform is better than the next because it's not.
Yeah. And start now. Don't keep putting it off. Just start now.
Prognosticate about it. Just
because the longer you put it off, the more it's going to get saturated.
Yeah, exactly
right. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Just fucking make something and put it up. Don't give a shit if anyone isn't going to like it, isn't going to watch it, because to be completely honest, at first, no one's going to watch it.
And be prepared to be hated and slammed.
Oh yeah, exactly right.
Because you get a lot of that shit.
Like it took I say no one's going to watch it first, but on it that it took me a long time to even get 100 views on a video and say shit, that's so good. Yeah. So just be prepared. You're not going to drop a video and then expect 1,000 of views to flood in.
No, that's right.
When you first start,
exactly.
It takes a while. So just get to it, Blake.
Yep.
Get on it. Pick your thing and go for it.
Cool.
One more question.
One more from Busted Boiler.
Yeah.
I don't get this question.
Yeah.
Do you need a special pair of magnetic shoes when you go outside to avoid falling in the sun?
Well, I'm assuming this is probably someone that lives on the other side of the world.
Oh,
might be someone from the UK or America or something who, because we're down under, we're in the bottom of the earth, we're upside down, wear magnetic shoes or fall into the sun. No,
we're all on top of the on top of the earth.
Yeah, just rolling around.
Yep, doesn't matter where we are.
Yeah.
All wearing the same shit. Doing the same shit.
All gravity, huh?
Yep.
Keeping us down and keeping us alive.
Exactly right.
Keeping us out of that pesky old sun.
So if that's what you mean, no, we don't need magnetic shoes. Oh, there you go.
Dear. Yep. Hey, you got anything else to say today?
No, I think I'm done.
You done?
Just about time for a nap, I think.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's time to go watch some more Olympics. Oh, no, I can't say that because this is going on Monday and it's finished.
Olympics finished now, yeah.
But it's not today.
No.
Recording, though.
That's the end of the show. Thank you so much for listening or watching, however you are consuming our media. The podcast goes out every single Monday on all the podcasting platforms. That includes Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon Music, and Audible. Visual Elements also available to be on YouTube. That goes out 2 days earlier. If you want to get that, to Patreon supporters, it does. If you want to get that early access, head over to patreon.com/Dave Lee Down Under. If you want to write into the show, you can shoot an email to daveleepod@gmail.com. If you're listening on podcast platforms, please leave a review and a rating. It helps.
Only good ones.
Only the good ones.
Send us a bad one, we'll hunt you down.
Yeah, don't like them. YouTube preview this week. Actually, over the last few weeks, I've dumped heaps of Space Jam videos. I think people are getting just a little bit over now, Space Jam now. I think just a little bit.
Oh, well.
But they've
enjoyed it.
There's a bunch of, it's fucking exploded me over the last month. Been good month of views and stuff. Subs.
And if you're watching or listening, get on and sub.
Yeah, get on sub. Do all that on both channels. Yeah. Lots of Space Jam videos over the last few weeks. There's a deleted scenes one I just put up over the week. The Easter egg breakdown from a few weeks ago, my review, my Lola Bunny evolution video, which is doing really well, as well as a voice evolution too you can check out. This last week I also put up the evolution of Speedy Gonzalez, the voice evolution of Speedy Gonzalez, which is one I've been waiting on, people have been waiting on for ages. This week I'm going to have the Tasmanian Devil one that's finally going to go up, and then hopefully a review for Free Guy, depending what happens, if I can get a screener or whatever. If not, I just won't be covering it. I also have a review of the Luca 4K Blu-ray. Just dropped in the mailbox today.
Yes.
That'll be going up. And other than that, nothing else, because I got to get working on the next evolution. It's written. I just need to make the piece. So hopefully it shouldn't be too far off.
And shit'll drop.
There'll be news, all that kind of stuff. Thanks so much for listening once again. Until next week, take it easy. Stay safe, everyone. Keep locked down, even though it sucks.
Stay home if you can.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Keep your masks on.
So we can eventually get out of this shit.
Yeah, get out of here. Don't be a knob and fucking protest and shit.
And get bloody...
Yeah, get your vax if you can, if you're eligible. I'm hearing people are turning up to get their vax and told, sorry, you're not eligible anymore, go home.
Or even though they've been approved.
Yeah, like a month earlier. Yeah, sucks, huh?
Crazy.
Anyway, go do all that stuff. Take it easy. Stay safe. We'll see you on the next one. See you later.
See you guys. Take care.